Hey, it is the day after the Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs have won the Super Bowl once again. That's 2 for Patrick Mahomes. Ireland is in Portland. Jorge's here. Bergman's here. So, Ireland, how did you exactly watch the game yesterday?
In a hotel ballroom with about 30 people.
Okay. And so what was the environment like?
A lot of big screens, a lot of food. I saw none of the commercials because we were all talking. Were the commercials any good?
I thought there were some commercials that really stood out. I thought there were some good ones. I thought I mentioned the Jack Harlow Triangle commercial, which I think is really, really funny. But apparently you can grab any celebrities and just put them in a TV commercial, and that's supposed to work. Everybody from Brian Cox to Serena Williams to Will Ferrell to Chris
Pratt.
Yeah.
Canelo made an appearance.
Canelo made an appearance. It's just like grab a celebrity, that's your commercial, apparently. But I thought they were fun. Were you watching with the team, or was it with team personnel?
More staff than team. There were a few players that wandered in. Some of the new guys all came in, but most of LeBron went to the Super Bowl, so he wasn't here.
Oh, right.
But it was it was mostly staff, like coaches, staff guys, like Billy Mack, Stu, Michael, Trudell, all those guys.
Right. Bergman, where do you watch?
I watched at home on my couch.
You told me this story. This is a sad story.
It's not a sad story.
I
loved it.
No,
You can put sad as much as you want, but it's not sad
All
in
right,
the slightest.
tell me the story, and I'll determine the level of sadness.
This isn't a sad story. I guess it's kind of sad. I was by myself on my couch.
Gee, sad.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Closing time.
I was by myself on my couch watching the game while Riley was running around with her friends and doing her thing. I loved it. That was not sad at all. I had a blast. I ate too much before the game started.
It sounds sad to me.
Yeah,
You
anything
played it.
with Kenny G is sad.
I was all by myself.
Exactly.
I was on the couch. It was awful.
So what were you eating?
God, I
You
ate
made
too
your own
much,
stuff, or did you import it or order
Well,
it
Bergman,
for
I hope
delivery?
you
met
use
me.
that alone time to come up with a plan to woo Gracie Hunt, because she looked unbelievable.
did.
I
look
have been
great.
thinking about it nonstop
Yeah,
since
she's
I saw
beautiful.
her
Yeah,
at the
she's
Super Bowl.
beautiful.
As soon as she came up, I was texting Bergman about something else, and I went. We both just stopped whatever we were doing. I went, wow,
Like,
you
oh.
could do a lot worse than her.
There's
You're
Gracie
like,
Hunt.
No kidding. Well, we just completely dropped the project we were working on and
The Super Bowl didn't matter at that point.
enamored with Gracie Hunt for a while.
So did you just Grubhub it, or what'd you do?
No, I mean, I actually called the pizza place. I got a meat cheese pizza. And
Oh,
it was,
nice.
Or, I mean,
That's tough during the Super Bowl to get a pizza. Did it work?
and no, it was so fast. They got to
Oh,
me
no
in like
kidding.
10 minutes. I
It's
was
probably the biggest pizza day of the year.
Yeah,
right?
well, they knocked on the door, and I was like, "You guys are here already?" I got a pizza and garlic cheese knots and, a big Sprite.
They probably brought in extra
cookie.
staff.
Yeah.
cookies all by yourself.
No, it was for Riley, too.
Oh, it's
Two
for
cheese
Riley.
pizza.
No,
Yeah.
you said by yourself. Now there's Riley.
Well, Riley was there, but she was running around with her friends. But I ate half of a large cheese
Hey,
pizza for
Mace,
myself.
isn't there a hit song called All By Myself?
All by myself.
All right.
Eric Carmen.
Morales, Mario, go to work.
That's right. It's Eric
Don't
Carmen.
want to be.
Yeah.
It was a regular American Idol song that somebody did it every single year back when people watched American Idol.
can really
Wait,
get down on
people
that one,
don't
huh?
anymore? I don't, but other people
I
don't.
Oh, yeah, I think everybody quit American Idol. Aren't we all off of
Aren't they paying like Lionel Richie and Katy Perry like ungodly amounts of money to judge it now?
Yeah, they are. I don't
I
know
think I read-
anybody who watches. Actually, Momo may watch American Idol. That's
Wait,
the
no,
only person
Greg,
I
that's
know.
not The Voice. The Voice is still Blake Shelton.
I don't think they're
and-
there anymore.
No, Blake Shelton left The Voice.
Yeah, so
No,
did Adam
my
My
Levine.
mom told me.
No, Adam Levine left The Voice. Blake is still there, and Gwen Stefani,
No,
his
Blake
wife,
left.
still helps out. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, double check that. There it is.
Yeah,
Eric Carmen.
that was a good pull.
Yeah.
Good pull. This is me. This
Jorge,
is me.
how about you, Jorge? What'd you do? You cook?
No. Brenda and I attended the Keyshawn Super Bowl party.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Travis was there. We're hanging out with Travis, Keyshawn. And
Yeah,
people.
somehow that
How
must
come
have
you
lost.
sound so much better than he does?
Who? Oh, because
You.
I don't know. I don't know what Travis was doing the night
All right.
before.
The coaches on The Voice in 2023 are Blake Shelton, Kelly Clarkson, Niall Horan, and Chance the Rapper. Those are the new ones. So Blake's still there. Those
Okay.
are the four.
My mom would run away with Blake Shelton Sorry, not stepdad Leo. She would run away with Blake Shelton. That's her favorite.
I don't think she's alone in that sentiment.
Apparently, Gwen Stefani's in on it. Let me go back to something you said. First of all, I thought the ref totally screwed up that.
Okay,
that
I'm
call.
glad you brought this up because I got in a big argument with the great Stu Lance about this.
Yes.
Stu's position is if it's a foul in the first quarter, it's a foul in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And my position is that's crap. The fourth quarter requires situational officiating. You cannot decide the game on a borderline call. I would have kept my flag in my pocket. How about you?
Yeah, 100%. You know what? It honestly looked like...
And I know by the book it was a foul. It's the same way I feel about the tuck rule. You know, the tuck rule by the book, you could say, is a foul. By the book, that guy even admitted after the game, yeah, I grabbed him. But I wouldn't have called it. It's the spirit of the rule.
Tell you this much. Greg Olson was on that. He was on that. Greg Olson is an excellent analyst.
I don't know what they're going to do. Because you're right.
Tom Brady will never be as good he'll be a much bigger name, but I don't think he'll ever be as good an analyst as Greg Olson is. He nailed that Super Bowl.
So if you were Fox, would you make it a 3-man booth with Brady and Olson? Would you just assign Olson to your number 2 crew? What would you do?
I mean, the likely thing is go to the number 2 crew, right?
Yeah. Well, you know that next year they're bringing back Burkhardt and Olson anyway. Like
right.
Brady's not going to start till 24. So maybe by the time we get to 2024, Brady, who has more money than God, will just say, you know what? I'm not doing this. You, Greg, take it.
Yeah. I don't care. I've got so much money.
Yeah.
But I do think that's a terrible way because that sealed the game. That's a bad way to seal a game.
I agree with
you. And then
you.
it had this sort of anticlimax. Let's play for, Jerick McKinnon took a dive there.
Very smart, by the way.
Very
by
good
Jerick
play.
McKinnon.
Very good play. Very smart. A lot of guys don't have the
Because
presence of mind to do that.
Philadelphia wasn't trying to tackle him. They were letting him score, and he realized it and then slid. Which I thought was really smart.
It was great because, even Olsen was saying that he was like he's got to get down no matter what. If they're going to try and let him score, he's got to get down. I really liked Greg Olsen. I hated the way that game ended. Absolutely hated it.
Would you have called it?
Would I have called it? No, absolutely not, because it changed the entire game. That Super Bowl was fantastic, and for the way for it to end, whether it was by the book or however it all worked out, that was the wrong way for an entertainment product Super Bowl to end.
This is my position on stuff like that. If it's the NBA Finals, if it's the World Series, if it's the Super Bowl, you better make 100% sure that call's not borderline.
Right.
And that was very close to borderline. If you want to make me, I'm sure they're going to come out today and say, the officials made the correct call.
Oh, the official said I made the correct call. The defender says it was a hold. The player that actually did it.
I wouldn't have called it because I think you're determining the Super Bowl on something that could be considered borderline.
I thought it was pretty ticky-tack. That's a pretty ticky-tack way to end the game.
I also didn't like that Jerick McKinnon slid.
Why?
Because it's an entertainment product. He should have gone. It was the right play.
Strategy.
It was the right play.
I mean, you got to win the game.
No. It was the right play. But he should have gone in. I wanted him to go in so we could see what Hurts does. Yes.
Yeah, but okay. Can't we say that the Chiefs beat the Eagles at their own game because the Eagles were letting him in?
Yes. Oh, okay, sure. But it's made for a better game overall if McKinnon would have gone into the end zone.
Right, for guys like me and you who don't
I don't care who won that game.
So if you would have been more entertained had McKinnon screwed up and scored.
Correct.
Yeah. I think we all would have.
Yeah, because then Hurts would have gotten the ball back.
But it would have been the wrong play.
It would have been the same thing. We are in that same situation of the Bills last year. Like if Josh Allen at the end of that game in overtime would have gotten the ball, he probably would have gone down and scored, and they would have had a different game instead of Mahomes moving forward. Instead, it's the same type of situation here. If he would have gone in, Hurts probably goes down the field and scores, and it would have been a much better game that way.
By the way, Mason, I can't look at Rihanna without thinking that you still feel she cost Matt Kemp the MVP that year he lost it to Ryan.
She did.
Braun.
She totally did.
That's now what I associate with Rihanna. She comes out, she does this killer performance. She looks great. She sings great. And I even said to the people watching, I go, Mason thinks that Rihanna screwed Matt Kemp out of the MVP. The fact that he finished second.
Wait a minute, is that the way that went? Or did he win the MVP, then he started dating Rihanna, then he fell apart? I thought that's the way it went.
No, he finished second, and you've always said that had he not dated her, he would have finished first.
Ryan Braun won the MVP that year.
Right.
Ryan Braun.
And we found out
Cheater.
later that Ryan Braun was cheating.
Yeah, cheater.
Oh,
All right.
what about this? Sorry, Ireland. This somebody on YouTube, Oscar Rivas, said the Eagle player should have tackled him in instead of stepping
push
back.
it in the way they did with
They all-
Jalen Hurts every
They
time he
all
went to
stood
the
back. They
That
all
would have
stood
been-
away.
That would have been brilliant.
Yeah.
Just body slam him into the end zone.
That's exactly what they should have done. I didn't even think about that, Oscar.
Yeah,
That's
now that's going to be a thing.
Aren't
moving
those
forward.
Jalen Hurts sneaks unbelievable?
Well,
I mean, it is like it's an unstoppable play.
somebody told me he could squat 600 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how strong that dude is. So you're not going to. A couple of times, Frank Clark had him, and he just lunged forward because he's so strong. Jalen Hurts is going to get paid. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he is.
Because he might have had a better game than Mahomes.
All right, coming up next for you, let's get to the halftime show. Let's get to the commercials. Let's get to Terry Bradshaw. All that's coming up for you. Don't forget, it is a Bud Light Reaction Monday on 710 ESPN, reacting to everything that went down on Super Bowl Sunday, presented by Bud Light. Make Bud Light your game day beer. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Got to be 21 or older. Please enjoy responsibly. Mason and Ireland, 710.
All right, we're reminding you that Pickleball Madness, or March Pickleball Madness, is coming up on March 18th at Miles Square Park in Fountain Valley. It's free for all non-participants, and there's a million things to do, Al.
All right, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come out, hang out. We do these events every time we do them. We love having listeners there. We got our Pop-A-Shot Challenge. We got a beer garden going on. So we got everything going on. Don't forget that day.
Games for the kids. Bring the kids on out. It'll be a great time. You'll watch me and Al just wipe the floor with everybody because we're pickleball experts.
We'll be out in the first round.
So what's up? It is the day after the Super Bowl. Ireland is in Portland, where LeBron James will not play tonight. He is out once again versus the Portland Trailblazers. We'll talk a little bit about exactly where they are. They beat, obviously, Golden State on Saturday night. John, we're on YouTube today. I want to let everybody know you can go to YouTube ESPNLA and check it out. I actually have got 2 cameras on me today, John. Twice as many cameras as usual. I've got a couple of different looks, a couple of different angles. I'm playing to this and I'm playing to that camera. There's the red light. There's the red light. I'm very focused.
Multicam mace.
Multicam mace. So let's do that. So you really believe Rihanna was lip syncing?
Yeah, I know it.
How you can't know it?
Of course I know it. I saw 6 or 7 cases where I heard her singing and her lips weren't
Right, but you
moving.
understand there are always backing vocals. That doesn't mean
Right.
she's not singing live. Everybody uses backing vocals so that she can riff off the other stuff. So yes, there are moments where her lips do not match. That doesn't mean she's not singing.
My sense of it was that most of it was lip sync.
Your sense of it?
My sense of it was most of it lip sync.
Where did you get this sense?
It's my innate sense of watching live events. I can't believe you didn't notice it.
No, I do. I just
Put
know.
up a poll. Was Rihanna lip syncing?
I know.
I think you're being very naive.
By the way, 877-710-ESPN was Rihanna lip syncing. I honestly don't think she was. I think she was using a backing vocal the way a lot of people use backing vocals, and she wasn't lip syncing. Jorge, you're in this world a little bit.
But I didn't. We didn't have audio.
Oh, you had no
Yeah,
audio,
there
so
was no
there's
audio.
no way to know.
Okay,
Bergman, did
so-
you think she was lip syncing?
I did not think she was lip syncing. I think it was a backup vocal, like you were saying.
right, Mace.
You actually could see her pull away the mic, and it would stop.
In this country, we have people that are known for the truth.
Yes, sure.
And among those people are, of course, the New York Post. Headline: Rihanna accused of worst lip sync ever at Super Bowl. Many social media watchdogs are accusing her of lip syncing her way through the show, with some of it calling the worst ever infraction in the history of halftime shows.
I want names of these people, not experts and my sense of.
Despite not doing a solo live performance since 2016, Rihanna cycled to a medley of her hits.
Right. I agree
But-
with that.
Did she announce she was pregnant, or did we not find out?
No,
until
we
after?
did not. In fact, we found out during the performance, so the performance was sort of her announcement,
All right.
right? And at one point, Bergman texted and said, "Am I the only one that Googled Rihanna pregnant?"
No, you are not.
I know. I think everybody did.
Many
All right,
people
here-
did Google
again
that.
from the Post article. Rihanna's rendition of Umbrella didn't stop wannabe music critics from raining on her parade. Many accused the pop star of miming the words along to pre-recorded tracks instead of performing them live. So
I think people are just ignorant. They don't understand how a backing vocal works.
Well, wait a minute. How can it be a backing vocal if it's her voice?
You're
It's not backup
singing
singers, it's
along
her.
with your own voice. That's what a backing vocal is. You're
Right.
singing along
That's
with
what
your
I,
own
that's
voice.
what I think she did.
Oh, well, that's bad. Then she's live.
No, I think her mic was off. I
No,
think she was
she's singing
singing
along with it. It's her mic is on.
Yeah, she was lip syncing.
Yeah, there's no way.
So is this worse than Milli Vanilli in your eyes, John?
That's ridiculous to suggest that. This is Rihanna.
Okay, so they
Rihanna.
asked Cheryl Lee Ralph if she lip synced.
She lip synced 100%. So did
But
Chris
here was-
Stapleton. So
here
did
was her answer.
Yeah.
Does it matter? Does it matter? No, thank you. In other words, she did.
Right. No, the national anthem is always lip synced.
Yeah. So was Rihanna's show.
Chris Stapleton didn't actually
No,
sing
he
that?
didn't actually sing. That was lip synced.
No.
No.
Yeah, Chris Stapleton was lip syncing.
How come that one's not trending?
Then why are we doing this?
Wait a minute. What would make you think one would be and the other one wouldn't?
Because the halftime show is different than screwing up the national anthem, which conceivably could happen during the pregame of the Super Bowl.
Whoa. Are we really saying that the national anthem is lip synced? Am I that naive that this is a normal thing? You lip sync the national
I
anthem?
think they lip synced all of them.
So when you sing it, Mason, do you lip sync it?
No, I do not. I don't.
Are you going over your own
Actually-
backup vocal?
Stapleton. By the way,
That's a waste. Why are we lip syncing the national anthem? That sounds ridiculous to me.
I'm with Bergman. I think we should end all lip sync. End the
but
phoniness.
wait a minute.
I
but
agree.
Whitney Houston even lip synced.
That was the
Except for-
best ever, and we're saying
But-
that was lip synced.
That was lip synced.
Oh, jeez.
It was
Whitney
still
Houston was
her.
lip synced. It was her, but
not
it was
then.
lip synced.
But I've always been under the impression that this was actually them on the field.
Oh yeah, no, we don't need that.
Oh, no, it's lip sync.
No,
This
it's-
should
was
have
this
been
live?
lip synced.
That was live.
That was a
yes.
that's a backup
That's a
vocal.
backing vocal. Yeah, I'm singing along with a backing vocal. No, I actually can't believe that this is even a debate.
This is a normal thing. How did I not know? Like, John, you knew this.
I knew she was lip syncing. Yeah, I could just tell watching.
Well, no, but Chris Stapleton, you knew that. So you've known
No,
that
I didn't see that. I didn't see Chris Stapleton.
Did you know that Whitney Houston, apparently, according to Mace, was lip syncing during her Super Bowl?
I did not.
That sounds out of control to me.
Out of control.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you Google this, there is here the Mirror in the UK. Rihanna accused of worst lip syncing ever after fans
right,
spot her
but
doing
she's
it
just
multiple times.
accused of it. There's no evidence of it.
Howard Stern trashes Rihanna for lip syncing the Super Bowl. Are you going against Howard Stern?
I am going
the king
against
of all
Howard
media?
I am going against Howard Stern. I am.
Yeah. She's got a great voice, but she was lip syncing.
Yeah, I don't think she was lip syncing. I'd like to defend Rihanna today. She needs my defense.
Apparently.
There's Chris Stapleton.
This is not lip sync.
It is not lip sync. We're watching it right now. It is not lip sync.
What do you mean you're watching it right?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
you
have
have
it-
it on
yeah.
screen. It's not lip sync.
It's not.
YouTube.
It's not.
I take back that. So you're saying Chris Stapleton is singing?
Yeah, he's live. He was live.
Was Whitney Houston live?
I don't know.
Was I talking out my ass, or
I
am
have
I
to look
just
it up.
making stuff up?
Wouldn't
or-
surprise me because
Yeah.
that sounds.
But I think Rihanna was live. Rihanna was definitely live.
I don't know anything anymore.
Yeah, like, just Google it. Was Rihanna lip syncing? There's
And it's like
there's
she's
over 5 million stories about
she's
her lip syncing.
accused of it, but no one says she is lip syncing.
Put up a poll.
Yep, with the New York Post
I'm putting
lie.
up a poll. I'm putting up a poll. Yeah, with the New York Post lies.
Of course
My
not.
God, it is
It's a
actually.
beacon of truth.
Yes,
the
it
New York
is.
Post.
Yes, it
Page
is.
6 is never wrong.
All right, coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. We'll get back to this Rihanna thing. Everybody's got an opinion about whether or not she was lip syncing. I want to sneak in some calls on that. Plus, did you see Terry Bradshaw and his performance yesterday in the postgame? I want to get to that. Mason, Ireland, 7.
It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Jorge, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it!
All right, here we go. It is Wheel of Questions time. And we're going to take a break from the Super Bowl for this. I was going to ask the Wheel of Questions. Was Rihanna lip syncing? No. If you hear someone in your house, an intruder in your house, how do you react? Do you stay calm? Do you panic? How do you deal with it?
This just happened to a friend of mine.
Seriously?
Yeah, he was gone. His wife was at home, and she got home, and there was some guy in there taking a shower in their house.
Got it?
And
That's crazy.
She called him, and he said, "Hey, there's some guy in the house taking a shower." And my friend said, "Well, get out there and call the police." And she said, "No, I don't want to call the police. They might shoot him," which I thought was really sad.
Yeah.
Because I'm pro-police. I think 99% of the police are really good dudes who do a great job, but there are people that worry about the 1% or bad guys. So
Wait a minute. If somebody is in your house without permission, that's breaking and entering.
right. So she talked to the guy, found out he was nuts. He thought he was in his house. He wasn't. Then she called the police, and they took him to a mental hospital.
Yeah.
I think I don't even talk to him. I think I walk out, take my phone, call the police, and let them handle it. Because I don't know what the guy's intentions
You have
are.
no fear? Somebody has broken into your house. You have
Yeah.
no fear?
I'm walking out.
You're
I'm
walking out to see them, to meet them. Hello.
No.
Welcome to my home.
No, I'm going out the back door. I'm getting Jack. I'm
Oh,
getting
I see.
Lisa.
You're running.
I'm going out the back door.
Oh, yeah. Running is a good solution, I think.
Well, I think I have to be like stealth and more
stealth,
quiet.
exactly.
But if they're in the shower, John, like this person, like
Yeah, then you just leave.
Yeah, no, then I'm just out.
well, no, they're.
Unless you're out of body wash, then you might want to go give them some.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Bergman, have you
I mean,
ever
they're
had
nude
this
at that point. You
instance?
can kind of do what you want. Like you kind of have control of the situation there.
Have you ever had this thing where somebody sneaks into your house or breaks into your house and
Not where someone's actually broken into my house, but I feel like this is happening constantly at my house. I hear footsteps and things happening around my apartment all the time.
It's a ghost.
Exactly. That's what I think it is.
Ghost.
And
Oh,
Mace thinks I'm
God,
nuts.
Here we go.
No,
It's not
you're
a
not
ghost.
nuts. Maybe it's the ghost of Gracie Hunt, and
Yeah,
she's
but
checking
alive.
out
Gracie
what you
Hunt
want to
is
do.
alive. She does
Wow.
not have a
She's
ghost.
alive. I mean, look, if she wants to.
cannot be two places at once.
If Gracie Hunt wants to come and check out my place, I'm probably the last place she wants to come to. But there's some room.
Jorge, your footsteps in the house. What do you do?
Man. Okay, so this happened to me at my buddy's recording studio. So
Okay.
a guy was in the kitchen area. My buddy reached out for a bat. He grabbed the bat from a closet. We walked to the front door, or not to the front door, the kitchen door.
Yep.
And my buddy says, "Hey, man, are you almost done?" Holding the bat, like in his hands. He's like, "Are you almost done?" And the guy's like, "What?" He stuttered, and the guy ran out of the back door. But he confronted him. I don't think I could do that.
See, so
I'm
I
like John. I would somehow get out through the window.
I have no way out. Like I have no way. The way my house is built, I have no way out. No way to get
No
past
window?
anybody.
Nothing?
Wait a minute, that's not true.
Yeah, I do.
So where is this intruder? He just walked in your front door?
Walked in the front door.
Go out the back door.
Yeah,
Go
I don't have
into
a back door.
You do. I've seen it. You
No,
go into the
it's
back
right
door.
there by the front door. The back door is like 20 feet away from the front door. There's no way I can get out the back door
Yeah, you
without
can.
passing this guy. No, I can't.
Yeah.
You don't want him to see you.
No, I can't get out the back door if he's standing there. So that's why I keep a baseball
Wait,
bat
wait.
in my bedroom.
What are you going to do with the baseball
Well,
bat?
I'm at least going to have some form of defense as I'm running
But you don't
towards
even
the
wanna
back
see the
door,
guy.
which is right by the front door.
Right. Okay, if he's closer to the front door, you run out the back. If he's closer to the back door, you run out the
You
front.
have
He's not
clearly,
Lawrence Taylor.
I live in my house. There is no possible way. They are 20 feet away from each other. I don't have a house
Wait a minute.
set
Are
up
you
where I have a
telling-
back door.
Are you telling me that if you gave me a 20-foot head start,
Yes.
that you would somehow magically catch me?
I wonder if it's actually 20 feet. It may be closer than 20 feet.
Yeah, I mean,
It may be closer than 20 feet.
But you think this guy's just standing there in the middle of your living room, like just standing, waiting for you?
Do you ask
Hmm,
him?
all right,
do you
where's
ask
he going to
him
come?
What he wants, or do you just like ignore him and keep going?
No, what I would do is I would yell, "We've already called the police." Then I would go out with the bat.
And what are you going to do with the bat?
I will use it to defend myself.
How? What
we
are you
saw
gonna,
you
I'm
at-
coming at you. I'm coming at you with a knife. What are you going to do with the bat?
Well, that's easy. Just whack him in the head with the bat. Are you kidding me?
We watched you at the
He's got
softball
enough
game
of that.
already.
Bat-
We know what you're
bat
like with a
beats
bat at
knife.
the softball
Bat
game.
You're
beats
the
knife.
least athletic person I know. I think you would swing and drop the
But
bat.
a bat beats a knife.
I think, look, he says it's easy to whack somebody in the head with a bat, but he can't walk out the front door.
To draw you friends a map of my house, and you will see.
We've been to your house.
Yeah, I know, but you obviously don't remember it.
Tell Juan to take a picture right now.
Okay, I'm going to text Juan. Tell him to take a picture.
Or just tell him to measure the distance between the front door and the back door.
Okay,
roughly.
I will
Get
do
out
that.
your ruler.
I will do that. All right, so we were talking about Rihanna. John is fairly convinced that she's pulled one off on the whole country by lip syncing the national or
All
the
right,
halftime show.
Royce Tony, one of our listeners, tweets, Mace is high AF. National anthem is always live. Rihanna lip synced. There you go.
Well, okay, let's just go with what Royce said. Some guy
Yeah.
on Twitter. You seriously? You're
Yep.
just going to go with some guy
I
on Twitter?
trust Royce Tony.
Let's go to Stuart in Malibu. Stuart, you're on 710. What's up, man? Hey, Stuart.
So I was listening to something somebody supposedly knows about it, and he said that she was actually singing, but she was singing along with a recording of herself.
That's exactly what I said. Yeah. Singing
Well,
along
how
with
is
the
that
backing
not
track.
lip syncing if they're playing the recording out loud?
Because her mic is on.
Because she's not just moving her lips, she's actually singing.
Yes. Yes. Stuart, thank you for that. I appreciate you supporting my position.
No, your position, he didn't support your position at all. He said they played a recording of her song.
That
which
is what artists do. They sing with backing vocals. That's
Okay.
what a lot of. If you go to a concert, there are backing vocals.
of the artists themselves.
Yes,
so
of
that
singing
means
along.
when she just stopped singing along, and the recording kept playing
Then
in
it
the
was her
background.
in the backing vocal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not lip syncing. That's what artists do. Bergman, am I right or am I right?
I believe you. I think she was actually singing. I fully believe it. I mean, she was pregnant though, so like it's tough to sing like that.
Yeah,
I'm kind of going against my own.
Well, she's
point here.
pregnant. She's not. I mean, she's not. She
can
doesn't have a
sing.
mask taped to her face.
What?
You can sing when you're.
You
pregnant.
can.
No,
sing
but like
when
to
you're
get like
pregnant.
fully into it like that, it's difficult to have that and keep your breath.
Let me get one more in here. This is Daryl in Alameda. Daryl, you're on 710. What's up, man?
Guys,
Yeah.
Bergman just said it. Anybody that knows a pregnant woman or has a wife that had kids, if you're showing like she was, you do not have the lung capacity to sing like she was supposedly singing. Plus, she did a horrible job of lip syncing. It was
Right, but
it was
you're with me,
lip-syncing.
right? She was lip syncing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so obvious. And she was pregnant. There's no way that she had the breath to do that.
Okay. He says no way she had the breath to do it.
Yep. He was that. Was
I
forced
understand the no.
lip-syncing.
I understand the no dancing. Well, she actually did find a way to dance. Like a little, right? She did the.
Yeah.
the-
No, I thought she danced a
all,
lot.
all that stuff I thought was
Yeah.
good. Yeah, but as for the commercials, John, you didn't get to see the commercials.
Well, I saw him. I didn't pay attention to him.
Jorge, did you get any commercial vibe? What was the commercials? that you
I like
liked?
the one with Coors Light, Miller Light, Coors Light, Miller Light, and then boom, Blue Moon. That was great. It was an ad for 3 different beers. It
Yeah.
was Coors Light against Miller Light, and then at the end they just smack you with the Blue Moon in the middle, and that was it.
And that worked for you?
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
No,
No,
Oh, that
I
was
don't
pretty
remember
good.
that one. I remember the ones with the dogs, but I don't know who they were advertising.
I don't
for.
remember those.
Bergman, what about you?
The dogs. It was the farmer's dog one. That one. I don't cry on anything, and I almost teared up in that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The one thing a lot of people liked the Bradley Cooper with his mom one for T-Mobile, which was funny. Ben Stiller and Steve Martin both for Pepsi Zero. Stallone was big in an ad for Paramount Streaming. By the way, if you've never seen that show on Paramount Streaming, it's called Tulsa King. Finished it last night. It's really, really good. Will Ferrell did one. Adam Driver did one. Maya Rudolph did one. Brie Larson. This is the one that just like Brie Larson, John Hamm, and Pete Davidson for mayonnaise. It's like, what the hell do these people have to do with each other, let alone with mayonnaise?
Well, Brie Larson and Pete Davidson were both in Trainwreck together.
You think that's the connection?
No, I'm just saying they know each other. I don't know how John Hamm ties into it, but
Yeah. And then the one I liked the most, which was Jack Harlow playing the triangle, which was, I thought, very, very funny. And you mentioned Rob Gronkowski missing the field goal. I don't know what that was.
either do I.
Yeah. Does anybody understand what that was?
I think it had something to do with DraftKings. I thought he was going to walk out to the actual Super Bowl field and kick
Me
a field
too.
goal.
That's what I thought.
That clearly was not the case. They made up some abbreviated football field, and when he kicked it, I thought it went through the uprights, but they said he missed it. And then they put up a graphic, you still win. So apparently even if you bet on him to make it, you still win, and he got a bunch of money. I didn't get any of it.
By the way, speaking of betting, we all had money riding on this, mythical money riding on this.
Did anyone make money? I came close, but I needed if Mahomes would have thrown an interception, I would have hit a $55,000 parlay. I hit 3 out of 4 legs, but he was interception free.
Wait a minute, you missed a couple of parlays?
Shocking.
Can you
That's an
believe it?
upset. That's an upset. I cannot believe the
Man, I was-
parlay king missed on parlays.
And I was that first parlay. I had 3 of the 4 checked by halftime, so I tried to convince Bergman to just give me the money now, but he wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
This is the problem with your parlays. It's always, I just missed that one.
I just missed that one.
that one.
Of course you just missed that one. That's how everybody
Yeah,
misses
I got to
a parlay.
find something else to bet now.
So I had a couple of bets. I had Chris Stapleton under 205 for the national anthem, which I got. I had tails on the coin flip, which I got. I blew on the I didn't get the Rihanna opening song. It was her closing song. I had Diamonds as her opening song. What
Yeah, you know
else?
what her opening song was?
Yeah,
I don't even know if I can say
bring
it.
back.
Just say
the-
better have my money.
Yeah.
Better
all.
have my money.
But
yeah.
the first word she said was the name of the song, which is like, okay, they're not worrying about 7-second delay here.
no,
Let's go.
No, not at all. And
You also had Isaac Pacheco. Is it Isaiah? Over 49.5 rushing yards.
He got
Miles
that.
Sanders to score a touchdown.
Miles Sanders anytime touchdown did not
get
score.
that.
Jorge, you missed everything, right?
I think so. Yeah.
No, you got one. You had KC
Oh, I got
plus
the-
1.5.
That's right. I got.
You
KC.
lost Gronk making the field goal. You had heads wrong and had the red Gatorade wrong.
That coin was different.
No,
There was no heads or
what do you mean?
tails.
There was. Of
what?
course there was.
Of course there's
How
heads
can
and
you
tails.
just?
No, it was like the logo and something else.
The official literally said, "This is tails and this is heads." how can it not have had a tails?
I had the Eagles for 20,000. I got that wrong, and I had orange Gatorade, so I got that wrong too. So I
What
lost
color was the
25.
Gatorade?
Red.
I was purple.
It was
what are you
purple.
talking about?
Jorge,
Red?
Jorge's just trying to get
By the way,
points.
Jorge on both times he's claiming things on text that just didn't
I
happen.
know.
He said he had tails when
He
it was
said he had
heads.
tails. It was heads. He said
Hell,
the
you ain't
Gatorade
cheating,
was
you ain't
red when it was
trying.
purple.
So everybody lost. Ireland has 121,000. Mason has 82. I have 87, and Jorge still has 303,000.
All right,
Yeah.
I got to find a way to get to Briones.
By the way, Aaron Joya from Whittier came the closest. He was one of our $1 Million Monday winners. He had Chiefs 34-24 over the Eagles. So he was in the ballpark to actually win $1 million, which is incredible. Had the right two teams.
Is it true that Nate Burleson from CBS nailed the exact score with the exact winner?
Let's see.
If I had to bet on one man, I would bet on Andy Reid. I do believe he is going to coach his best game that we've ever seen. It will be creative, it will be fun, it will be explosive. I have the Chiefs winning this 38-35.
First of all, Nate, you
And
didn't-
Patrick Mahomes will be the
you didn't
MVP.
have-
38-35.
And he nailed the MVP.
Yeah. And that's the first time that the Super Bowl MVP and the regular MVP happened in the same year since 1979, I think.
Did you
Wow,
watch the
good
Fox
for
pregame
Nate
show?
Burleson.
Did you watch the Fox pregame
No,
show?
I didn't see any of it.
They
I did.
all took Philly.
They all took
every
Philly. Every single one of them.
one.
Yep.
And they were all wrong.
All wrong. And by the way, Bradshaw said, "Uh-oh, we're all in trouble because we all
He
picked
did.
Philly."
Yep.
So, John, you didn't see the post game, did you? With Terry Bradshaw?
I had it on. I kind of drifted in and out of it.
As a broadcaster,
I was a few whiskeys in, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
So he did a very interesting interview with Andy Reid afterwards that has, well, I will just call it inappropriate. That's coming up next
Really?
for you. Mason and Ireland, 7.
We're reminding you that Pickleball Madness, or March Pickleball Madness, is coming up on March 18th at Miles Square Park in Fountain Valley. It's free for all non-participants, and there's a million things to do, Al.
All right, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come out, hang out. We do these events every time we do them. We love having listeners there. We got our Papa Shot Challenge. We got a beer garden going on. So we got everything going on. Don't forget that day.
Games for the kids. Bring the kids on out. It'll be a great time. You'll watch me and Al just wipe the floor with everybody because we're pickleball experts.
We'll be out in the first round.
Day after the Super Bowl. Now, wait a minute, are you actually watching it as you're
Yeah,
playing
that
it?
was live. She missed a note there.
She did. You're absolutely
Yes,
right. She did.
she missed a note.
She missed a note, John.
Sinking.
Okay, so you think she went into a recording studio
And
and
missed
missed
a
a note to make it look more live?
Right. In other words, I know I'll sing some wrong notes. That
Right.
way people will think it's live.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. That portion of the song brought to you by Sharp and Flat. All right.
Yeah.
So Terry Bradshaw, after the game, did the podium interviews, with all the confetti and all that stuff flying around, and talked to Pat Mahomes and talked to the owner of the Chiefs. The guy Clark Hunt. Is that
Right.
the owner?
Yeah, it's Gracie's dad.
And that's how he's known now, Gracie's dad.
Very much so.
And also talked to Andy Reid. Now, I want you to listen to this interview, John. Think about you in this spot. Tell me
Okay.
where Terry may have gone wrong.
Okay.
Big guy. Let me get the big guy in here. Come on, waddle over here. Congratulations, Andy. No, this had to be... you've done this before. I remember in the 49ers Super Bowl, nothing until the fourth quarter. And this game's something similar. All of a sudden, your offense just started going. What was the difference?
Well, I contribute that to the offensive line, Pat Mahomes, and the rest of the offensive players. They did a great job. Eric Bieniemy was tremendous down the stretch there, putting things together, and it was just by all the coaches, both sides of the ball.
Well, I want to congratulate you, and I know that you're getting up in years now like me, and I just know that it's got to be a time that where all these Super Bowls you got to say to yourself, time to ride off into the sunset. That's not going to happen, is it?
No, I'm going to enjoy this one right here. I'm going to tell you, this is unbelievable.
Remember that.
Philadelphia, you did a great job. It was a great game. But how about those Chiefs? That's what we're talking about.
Have a cheeseburger on us and enjoy the Hawaiian shirt.
I will. That's
congratulations,
why
Dave.
Okay, now
Thank you.
seriously, Andy Reid, first of all, he says, waddle over here. Secondly, he says, you're getting up in years. Are you ready to ride off into the sunset? And then finally he says, have a cheeseburger on us. I mean, basically, Andy Reid went out there to get insulted by Terry Bradshaw.
All right, so a few things to put this in context.
Yeah.
Andy Reid had mentioned before the game that this could be it. He didn't say it was, but that he had some decisions to make after the game.
Right.
So Terry had to ask him about that. He didn't need to say waddle.
Oh, did he say, I have to say, you're getting up there in years like
Well,
me?
Andy Reid is 64 and Terry Bradshaw is 74.
Right. It's they're not contemporaries necessarily.
Right.
They're a generation apart.
That interview didn't bother me as much as it
come
apparently
on.
bothered you.
Waddle over here? Are you serious? Waddle
And the
over
cheeseburger
here. thing
Andy Reid's been talking about all week, how that's his favorite thing to eat.
But you start with waddle over here and you end with the cheeseburgers on us. It feels like inappropriate.
Bergman, are you as worked up about this as
Waddle
Mason
over
is?
here.
I am not.
Waddle over here.
I mean, they're obviously friends. Like, this is something where they've talked amongst each other. They probably make fun of each other, like all that stuff. He just put it on the air.
Waddle.
Yeah, I don't know how you get around the waddle thing,
Waddle.
but
The waddle, but still, like, they're
the other
friends.
questions were fine.
Say to somebody heavy to waddle over. Seriously.
I'm trying to think
he's
who I
heavy.
could say it to tonight.
They're both. I mean, like, Terry Bradshaw's not thin.
No, and by the way, and that's the other thing. Terry Bradshaw's not thin at all.
Are you going to say waddle on your on the?
I'm trying to
game
think of a guy, but we don't have any
You
fat
have no
guys with
waddlers
us
on your
yeah,
team, no.
that's the problem. Everybody's really skinny.
Yeah, I just
Not a lot of
I
fat
just think,
basketball players.
If I'm Andy
Or,
Reid, I'm
or
like,
announcers.
if I'm Andy Reid, I think I'm having a
What's in
moment.
front of us?
What's that?
What? What?
Well, I missed
Oh,
that.
that's fine.
Oh, okay. Somebody out there got it.
I got it.
Yeah, I just don't think. I saw a tweet from somebody who said Terry Bradshaw is basically Fred Willard in Best in Show at this point. Just saying whatever comes to mind.
If that's true, don't ever fire Terry Bradshaw.
Whatever comes to mind. So I saw a tweet. Actually, this is an interesting tweet, too. I saw a tweet saying, you've got to get past asking, what does this mean to you? There were a lot of what does this mean to yous after the game with principal players in it. John, what does this mean to you a good question?
It's not a bad question. It depends how you ask it. You would hopefully provide some context. Like in the case of Andy Reid, you might say, Andy, this is your second Super Bowl. Does this one mean more to you that it came against the Eagles, your former team?
Yes or no question.
Yeah, but, I mean, you can get them to talk about that.
Yeah. It's tricky. What does this mean to you is such a generic punt of a question.
Depends how you ask it, I guess. Guys at the end of their careers that are like, who was it that I just saw today?
Andy Reid, apparently.
Well, if he comes out and retires, then Terry Bradshaw's questions weren't that bad, but it doesn't sound like he's gonna.
No, it does not sound like he's gonna.
Yeah, I don't think. Again, people are easily offended.
No, I'm not offended. I just think it's
you
rude.
were offended by Bradshaw's line of question.
I just think it's rude.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a fan. I'm not saying Terry Bradshaw should be this or that or taken to it. I mean, honestly, I just think if I was Andy Reid, I'd be like, screw you, waddle over here. I just won the friggin' Super Bowl. Waddle over here. That is rough. All right, so let's do some Lakers. The Lakers made a bunch of moves while I was gone. By the way, unfortunately, family emergency, I was not able to be here for trade deadline day, which was probably the most eventful trade deadline day the Lakers have had in a really long time, John.
Maybe ever. They brought in 6 new guys, if you include Hachimura, 6 new guys in the span of 10 days.
Yep.
And at least, it's a small sample size, but at least on Saturday night, this is a better team than they had before the trade deadline. That was a game that they would have lost, and guys like Jared Vanderbilt and D'Angelo Russell played really well, and they were able to hold off the Warriors. I'm anxious to see if they can do it again tonight. LeBron's going to play again tonight, so Anthony Davis is going to be the main weapon, but last time we played here, AD didn't play, and LeBron went off. So they're going to have to come up with a different way to win than they did the last time. I don't know. Makes what I'm sensing. I hope I'm wrong because I want to see them get to the 6. But I think they're heading for the play-in tournament. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think the play-in tournament is more likely easily than the 6 seed. They got to make up some ground. They're only 2 out of the 10, so I think the play-in tournament is the most likely scenario. I don't know. There's an element of science experiment to this. We basically turned over a third of our roster, and you could say, hey, they're better players than we had, all that stuff, but it still takes time for guys to learn to play together, does it not?
Yeah, and that's the game now. That's the race. Can these guys figure out some type of chemistry while they only have 25 games left and they're in 13th place? So, but the good news is, if you're a Laker fan, and the reason why I think they're going to the play-in tournament, is most of the teams that are right in front of them, they have 1 or 2 games left.
Right.
They don't have a lot of games left in the East. We played Chicago a couple of times. I think there may be one more. But all the rest are against Western opponents, a lot of them teams they need to pass. So if they can figure this out, they've got a great chance to get into the postseason. But so far, so good after one game.
So have you seen Rob Pelinka talk about pre-agency?
Yeah, here's what he means by that. All the guys they went out and got have flexibility in their contracts at the end of the year. In other words, they don't have to keep them.
Right, here it is. LeBron is on the books. AD is on the books. Jared Vanderbilt is on the books for 4.7. Max Christie for 1.7. LA's got a team option on Malik Beasley, 16.5. And then they've got decisions to make on D'Angelo Russell and Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves and Lonnie Walker and Dennis Schroeder and all those guys.
So those guys are basically auditioning at this point.
Yes.
And that the Lakers can, and I like the idea of putting younger, faster, more athletic guys around LeBron and AD. Right now, everybody is all the guys who went out and got all the 6 new players are 27 years old or younger, and the only guy who's 27 is Davon Reed, who may not figure in to their plans long term. He's a guy that's only played a few minutes this season at the end of the Denver bench. All the other guys are younger than that. So. And I loved what I saw out of Vanderbilt after one game. D'Angelo Russell looked great. Malik Beasley didn't make his shots, but he's a good three-point shooter, which is what they need. I think they've got a real chance.
Here's what Pelinka says. If you really study the contracts of these 5 players, talking about the new guys that he brought in, we very intentionally planned these moves to provide optionality in July. Some of these players have team options, team-controlled years on their contract, which again gives us the ability to see how this last 26 games plays out and how the potential postseason goes. And we can go into this offseason with a higher collection of data points. Well, that's fancy. A higher collection of data points and sort of real-time analysis, how the pieces fit and how these decisions have been made. So there's a little bit of what he says. He says it's exciting. They've got 5 young players, 26 and younger now, which is one thing they haven't done. And by the way, they also have potentially, if this works, some continuity. The one thing that Rob Pelinka has done every year is sort of cleaned house, gotten all new guys around LeBron and AD. These guys are potentially ones that are going to stick next year and beyond, potentially, if that's where the Lakers want to go with these guys individually.
Right. And I think that when you're auditioning for your next contract, you tend to focus and play better. So I think guys like Hachimura and D'Angelo Russell have a vested interest in really going off here.
So why do you think AD has been so bad?
Remember, he was playing the best basketball of his career 2 months ago.
Yes.
And he's just got to get back to that. I think, and I take a little bit of an exception by you saying, why is he playing so bad? Without his defense, they lose to Golden State on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I just think offensively he looks stymied.
Off.
And he's not looked good since LeBron's record game.
Right, but there's only been 2 games since then. So you're talking about 2 games straight.
Well, he scored 13 against the Thunder, and then 23 against Milwaukee, and then 13 against Golden State.
Right. Tonight will be an interesting test because no Yusuf Nurkic. He's out.
Oh, yeah.
So they're going to have to play backups at center, and I think AD has a chance to have a 30-point game tonight, with no LeBron especially. Let's see how he does. But I'm not a lot of people were down on AD because of his reaction to LeBron's champion.
Yeah, I'm down on AD because of his reaction to LeBron. I know they've said, "Oh, we worked it out and all that stuff." It's still a very weird reaction,
right? But I think there is something to, hey, we were losing to New Orleans, and I'm sick of losing. I liked that part of it.
But still, to be the only guy in the entire arena not
it was a bad look. But I think he now knows that he's got to pick it up. So let's see how he does tonight.
One other thing I wanted to hit here before we go to break. LeBron James, some people are saying that his ankle injury, this is Clutch Points, says, I was told LeBron is severely struggling with that foot injury he has. It gets to points where it just gets unbearable, and he tries to play through it the way it was explained to him. So that injury is something that potentially is going to linger. He's not playing tonight, but that's potentially something he's going to have to deal with during the rest of the season.
Right. Well, I'm speculating here, but I'm just thinking out loud. So he doesn't play tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We only have one more game before the All-Star break on Wednesday against New Orleans.
Okay.
So logic would dictate you sit him there, and then you buy him a whole week. Now, he wouldn't be able to play in the All-Star game, and he's one of the captains.
That's okay.
But he could go pick the team, show up, same thing that I'm sure Zion and Steph are going to do. Show up, wave, and that's it. And then come back with a full week's rest. I think, because I'm with you. I think that is a lingering issue, his foot, and the more rest he can give it, the better. So I think that's what they're trying to do here. I don't know that for a fact. I mean, he may announce he's playing Wednesday against New Orleans. He's feeling better and he's playing. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking if this is something that requires him staying off it, you can buy him what's going to turn out to be almost 2 weeks here if you don't play him tonight, and we already know he's not playing tonight if you don't play him Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll keep an eye on that. Again, we got Portland and the Lakers coming up for you a little bit later on. John and Michael with the call for you. And I want to mention we'll come back. I want to talk some Patrick Mahomes coming up next.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes wins his second Super Bowl in 4 years yesterday and has been to 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls. We'll get into that coming up next for you. And don't forget, it is a Bud Light Reaction Monday on 710 ESPN, reacting to everything that went down on Super Bowl Sunday, presented by Bud Light. Make Bud Light your game day beer. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Got to be 21 or older. Please enjoy. Competition, including me, versus, I don't know who. I don't even have a teammate at this point.
I thought you have Cappy's Pappy.
No, Cappy's Pappy tore his labrum.
Oh, no.
What? When did that happen?
Just happened. I just got word last week. Tore his labrum, so he is out. Cappy's Pappy. Now I don't have a partner for pickleball.
You should get DeMarco or Kirk.
They're already teamed up together.
Oh, that team's going to win.
Yeah, that team is going to be very, very good.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. What do you think? Should I
You can go to Momo.
You can go to Matt Burke. He'd be good.
Matt Burke is with us with Morales.
Matt Burke is with Morales. Boy,
Yeah.
Morales played that right, huh?
Yeah,
Matt
he did.
Burke is an athlete.
You can go to Ron Mitchell, although he might already be with somebody. He plays every day.
Yeah, I know. Ron Mitchell, our sales guy, who
You-
was actually my relief
Mace.
pitcher at the 7-10 All-Star game, was fantastic.
You should bring in a ringer.
I'm telling you.
Cappy's Pappy was.
Yeah, Cappy's Pappy was. Ron Mitchell might be a ringer from our sales
No, what I'm
guy.
saying, get somebody who's like really good at pickleball and give him a one-day contract.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, ringer.
Get O'Shea. Actually, I already asked him. He said no. Right
Yeah,
off.
no, O'Shea was like, no.
It's like, bro.
Gregory.
Gregory.
Bro is what he said. Gregory. Bro. All right, so the Super Bowl yesterday, it was another great day for Patrick Mahomes. Unbelievable second half. They scored on every possession in the second half. They allowed no sacks. They, no penalties in the second half against Kansas City. And Patrick Mahomes was unbelievable. Now, a lot of people are saying, hey, Tom Brady, look out. He's coming for you. 7 Super Bowls. I think it is so unlikely that he gets to 7 Super Bowls. What do you think? In his conference,
He's been to 3, so he would need to go to 4 more.
In his conference with Joe Burrow, with Josh Allen, with conceivably
I think he's got a
Justin
shot.
Herbert. You think he does?
Yeah. I think he's the best quarterback in the NFL.
I don't think there's any question about that in my mind. But I also think that it is a crapshoot once you get to the playoffs. And Burrow beat him last year. He's beatable. You can beat him. And all the good quarterbacks are going to be in the AFC. Like I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be with the Raiders. I would look at the NFC and say
he's probably Raiders or Jets. Either way, he's going to the other conference.
Yeah, I would say if you look at the NFC, Matthew Stafford might be the second best quarterback in the NFC after Jalen Hurts.
But what you mean if Aaron Rodgers goes to the other conference?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's gone to the other conference. If Aaron Rodgers is gone, isn't Matthew Stafford like the second best quarterback in that group? It's either Matthew Stafford or Jared Goff from looking at things.
Well, it can't be Jared Goff.
Jared Goff had a spectacular season.
Yeah, that's a good question. There aren't a lot of right. He's better than Dak. He's better than Daniel Jones.
Yep.
You already talked about Hurts.
Better than Justin Fields.
Yeah, he's better than Goff. Rodgers, you're for this person. He's better than. I'd rather have him than Kirk Cousins.
Yep.
I'd rather have him than now Brady's out.
Yep.
Yeah, you might be right.
How about Brock Purdy? Is he better than Brock Purdy?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Matthew Stafford ranks right behind Jalen Hurts at number 2.
How about that? Rams at 33-1.
Now,
I like
of course,
that.
if you added the AFC, he drops to like number 8.
Yeah, no, he's not right. In the AFC, he wouldn't rank, but in the NFC, there's been a quarterback. There's been a drain of talent, and I'll be honest. I look at, I look at Patrick Mahomes, and I think of Caleb Williams, and part of me thinks, oh man, whoever gets Caleb Williams is going to get one of those guys, and you almost need one of those guys, I think, to be competitive over a decade, right? You need to have a Mahomes, you need to have a Burrow, you need to have potentially a Herbert. I keep saying potentially a Herbert because I don't know if it's quite there yet for him. Do you think so?
I was super high on him at the start of the season. I took him and I handed fantasy money to you because I had the first pick in that round, and I took Herbert and left Mahomes for you.
Yep.
And I've regretted it ever since. I'm not sure with Herbert. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm not. But Lamar Jackson is conceivably still in the AFC. I think he's going to wind up still with the Ravens, right?
I do too. Yep.
So, I mean, I think that it's conceivable that Matthew Stafford is the second best quarterback in the NFC, which is good news for the Rams.
But do you think, John, maybe you can answer, do you think that Mahomes can be like Brady where he wins over the next 10, 15 years? And just blocks everybody. He's going to lose every once in a while. He's not going to get to the Super Bowl every year. Right. He didn't win every year. But despite all the guys that he blocked, like Brady blocked guys like Roethlisberger, who got 2. He blocked, what was it?
Peyton.
He blocked Peyton, who got 2.
He blocked. He blocked Eli, but he got 2.
Right. So he blocked a bunch of guys because he was the best thing ever. Mahomes can't be the same type of guy.
I don't think so. I don't think he's He's
going to lose sometimes.
I think Tom Brady is a once in a lifetime player. I don't think
anybody
remember, it's
not just Brady. It's Brady in a system with the best coach in the NFL. And part of this question has to do with Andy Reid. I mean, if Andy Reid leaves, the chances of Mahomes going to multiple Super Bowls goes way down. If Andy Reid stays for another, let's say, 3 years, I think he could go to 2 more Super Bowls, and then all of a sudden he's at 5.
How many times does Andy Reid need to shout out Eric Bieniemy till he gets an opportunity to be an NFL head coach?
All right, I'm glad you
constantly bringing him up.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought this up. Here's the problem. It's like being Pat Riley's GM.
Right.
All right, Pat Riley is the president of the Miami Heat. Everyone who deals with the Heat knows he makes all the decisions. Now, there's somebody that has the title of GM, but that is just a title. Everybody knows Pat Riley's making all the decisions. Eric Bieniemy is sitting behind Andy Reid, who has a reputation of being the best play caller maybe of our lifetime. So as long as Andy Reid's calling plays, Eric Bieniemy's not going to get credit.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me ask you something. You could say, okay, if Andy Reid is the best at calling plays, who's the second best?
Probably McVay.
Okay. Why have his offensive coordinators all gotten head coaching jobs? Kevin O'Connell, Matt LaFleur, Zach Taylor, and we know it's McVay calling the plays, but his offensive coordinators, that success has been transferred. Why can it not be transferred in the case of Eric Bieniemy, who's obviously knows what's in the magic bag of tricks that Andy Reid carries around with him?
Maybe I'm being naive, but is it as simple as Bieniemy's black and all those guys you mentioned are white? Or is that just a reckless accusation? But, I mean, look, you mentioned, how many names did you mention? You mentioned Zach Taylor, never called plays. Now he's a head coach in
Kevin
Cincinnati,
O'Connell,
doing really well. Matt LaFleur, never called plays, is doing really well as the head coach in Green Bay. Kevin O'Connell, never called plays, doing really well as the head coach in Minnesota. All those guys didn't call plays, coached under McVay, and are white. Bieniemy's a black guy. I know we got a lot of friends that would say the league has a problem hiring black head coaches.
Sure.
Maybe this is an example of it. Or am I just connecting dots that aren't there? What do you think?
I think it's real. I mean, honestly, I think that's real. There is an old boys network, and the old boys tend to be white, and they tend to hire white guys, and I think Eric Bieniemy has not gotten a fair shake from the league.
Yeah, Greg, say what you just said in my ear out loud.
So you can add Byron Leftwich to that too, who was in Tampa Bay.
Didn't they fire him?
Yep, they fired him. He was supposed to be a head coaching candidate the year before. They fired him after a rough year this year, and now he's in college.
Yeah, it just seems odd.
Now, Dan Orlovsky, by the way, credited Bieniemy for the success in that fourth quarter. Said, let's see, how much credit Bieniemy deserved. Kansas City trailed Philadelphia much of the game. 2 almost identical touchdowns, one to Kadarius Toney, another to Sky Moore, put the Chiefs in control. That was apparently Eric Bieniemy's play call.
You know, the other thing that may have something to do with it, but I would hope that people would look past things like this. He had a checkered past when he was a student and a player at Colorado. For a year, I believe, they banned him from campus. Even though he was one of the big stars there in, I believe it was the early 90s. And since then, he's kind of made up for all that trouble and, been a successful assistant for a lot of years, including briefly at UCLA. But that could be following him around. I would like to think that people could outrun their past if it's that many.
Well, it's been how many years ago? 20 years?
30?
30 years?
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, you got to, and there are still a couple of open jobs, but I don't know. And part of this is, right, he's in the playoffs deep every year, and a lot of teams want to get their head coach right and before they actually get to the Super Bowl. Most of the jobs have been filled, right? Indianapolis is still open, I think. I think that may be the only job. Indianapolis and Arizona are the only 2 jobs that are unfilled right now. So
the last, Miami had trouble. The last incident where he had trouble was in 1998. He was arrested for a bar fight in 1998. I wonder if that's following him around.
Oh, come on, it's 1998. 1998. I can't imagine that's the reason. I can't imagine that's the reason.
Apparently, in his lawsuit, Brian Flores mentions Bieniemy 15 times.
Yeah.
So there might be something to it.
Yeah. By the way, poll. You asked me to put up a poll.
Yeah.
Was Rihanna lip syncing? Rihanna lip syncing.
Yeah.
Choices absolutely or she was singing.
Okay.
How do you think it goes?
50-50.
No. 70% of people think she was lip syncing.
Wow.
That is ridiculous. I would like to stick up for Riri right now.
Yeah, you can try, but 70% of the people are against you.
I'm standing up for Riri. She was singing to a backing vocal, which is something everybody, especially everybody who dances, does. They sing to a backing vocal.
All right, tell me here. I'm just going to read you a short list of things that happened to Bieniemy, and I'll give you when they happened, okay?
Yep.
February of 98, arrested after a bar fight, charged with disorderly conduct and fighting in public, pleaded no contest. In 1990, 8 years before that, pleaded no contest after shoving a firefighter. September of 93, Colorado police arrested Bieniemy, who was then in the NFL. He allegedly grabbed a female parking attendant by the neck and threatened her. April 2001, Colorado police arrested Bieniemy on a DUI charge 3 months after he joined the UCLA football staff as a running back coach. He previously had his driver's license suspended for numerous violations. Bieniemy was also linked to allegations that Colorado's football program used alcohol and sex to lure recruits.
Oh, shocking. That's never been done.
ESPN reported in 2004 that the university discovered there were evidence of drug and alcohol being used to entice recruits, but no university officials were guilty of misconduct. So he has that umbrella over him. Do you
but
think
that's 30 years ago.
Yeah, the most
recent was 2003, right? That's 27 years ago.
April 2001.
2001, 29 years ago.
22, but
well, nobody told me there would be math.
Yeah, I think if he's got 20 years of a clean slate, that would be good enough for me.
Absolutely, man. You got to give people a chance to change their ways, especially when they're young.
Keeping them from getting one of these gigs.
Yeah, it really is. All right, coming up next for you, John, a bunch of movies advertised during the game. I want to see which ones you might be interested
Excellent.
in. That is coming up next for you. Then we got What's Up, Fool? Mason and Ireland.
All right, we're reminding you that Pickleball Madness, our March Pickleball Madness, is coming up on March 18th at Miles Square Park in Fountain Valley. It's free for all non-participants, and there's a million things to do, Al.
All right, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come out, hang out. We do these events every time we do them. We love having listeners there. We got our Pop-A-Shot Challenge. We got a beer garden going on. So we got everything going on. Don't forget that day.
Games for the kids. Bring the kids on out. It'll be a great time. You'll watch me and Al just wipe the floor with everybody because we're pickleball experts.
We'll be out in the first round.
Mason and Ireland, the number one most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The number one most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Tell you what, I make a mean guacamole. A mean guacamole.
Did you make it yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
Who'd you watch the game with?
Just Juan. Juan and Ron and Sophie. Juan and Ron and Sophie. Ron is the most polite little dog in the world.
Excellent.
He is so polite. He is so unlike Murphy the dog, your new dog.
Yeah, Murphy is a piece of work.
Yeah.
Murphy just got neutered on Friday. I feel so bad for him. He's walking around with them cones.
Ouch.
How long do I got to leave that cone on? A few days at least, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, at least a few days. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jorge's like,
yeah, man, a week?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's that long. I think it's like 4 days. And you just want to protect the dog from like tearing up the stitches.
Exactly. All right, so Ireland. There's we're going to get to the Super Bowl movies in a second, but there was a premiere of the brand new PGA show called Full Swing last night. I did not get a chance.
Was it on Netflix?
It was on Netflix.
Oh man, I've got to download that for the flight.
It focuses on Jordan Spieth and his win at the Heritage PGA Tour event in Hilton Head. And they do a masterful job, it says here, introducing us to the tempo of the show, cuts between behind-the-scenes shots of athletes hanging out and practicing together away from tournaments. Lots of scenes with the golfers, golf personalities speaking directly to the camera, interspersed with training scenes like Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth getting yoked in the gym.
Good, I'll download it.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Now, Bergman, are you going to try that?
No, I am not going to try
Okay.
it. I barely watched any of the what was the one, Drive to Survive?
F1 Drive to Survive.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was just nothing that I'm really interested in, so golf is the same way.
Yeah, it's hard. But it introduced us to a sport we didn't know, right?
Sure.
Drive to Survive did.
It was done very well.
I watched one episode of the tennis one I thought was good. Jorge, are you going to watch any of them?
No, we started watching the first one, and we never went back to it. So
No, never went back.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to work for golf. It's inherently unexciting.
It'll be good for the people that watch golf. Like,
yeah,
John's
going to
love it.
Golf, you'll love it.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'm watching it.
There was you sent this note. There was a streaker at the
Yep.
Phoenix
in a thong.
Open, right? In a thong.
And he ran like they couldn't catch him.
And I wonder now if we're going to get that at Riv this week.
Well, you know what you're going to get at Riv?
What are the odds that there's going to be a streaker at Riv? I know. Yeah, go ahead.
Tiger,
yeah.
for the first time in 800 days.
How about that?
Is going to play in it.
And a streaker.
Yeah.
I'm predicting a streaker.
You should put money on it.
Mythical money on a streaker at Riv?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll even give you odds on that.
No, what
there you go.
odds would you give me?
10-1.
Okay.
Totally worth it.
Yeah.
You should do it.
Totally worth it.
Yep.
Give me $5K at 10-1 on a streaker at Riv. They will love it, by the way.
Yep.
Riv is such a straight-laced place. They would love a streaker. All right, let's see. Okay, so the movies that were promoted during the Super Bowl. Always it's a big place to promote movies. And, John, I want to see what you have interest in. I've got the movies that were actually on the game. First of all, The Flash, starring Ezra Miller, who's gotten in all kinds of weird stuff, but Michael Keaton as Batman. That was like one of the most talked
returning
about
back
moments.
to his original Batman.
Now, would you be in on The Flash with Michael Keaton as Batman?
Is that a Marvel movie, Bergman?
No, that's a DC movie.
DC, different universe.
Different universe. The DC
Probably
universe.
not. I'm not into those superhero movies, but
I'm Batman.
I like Michael Keaton,
I'm Batman.
so I might check it out.
Yeah. How does the Michael Keaton one go? I'm Batman.
It's just a normal voice.
It's this normal voice.
He goes down a little bit.
I'm Batman.
Yeah, that's probably closer.
That's pretty
Yeah,
close.
that's
That's pretty close.
That's your best one, actually.
You thought that was a good
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
Now you just need
I'm
dark,
Batman.
brooding,
That's
Vin
Christian Bale
Diesel.
one. I'm Batman.
rain dropping.
Speaking of Vin Diesel, it's all about the family. Fast 10.
All over it.
Everybody is in
Now,
this.
I have a question about Fast 10, and really
Yeah.
it's Fast everything.
X.
Aren't they calling it Fast 10, or are they calling it Fast X as Roman numeral for 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Fast 10.
Okay.
Soon Kang, who's
Okay.
been in a lot of these movies,
Yeah.
gets killed in Tokyo Drift. How does he continue to appear in these movies after he was killed in Tokyo Drift?
Nobody cares about Tokyo Drift. By the way, I said when we were bringing this up, during the pre-production meeting, as we call it, I said, watch, Ireland's going to immediately go to Tokyo Drift. And sure enough, there you are.
But for the wrong reason.
I don't think the Fast and Furious recognizes Tokyo Drift as being part of the Fast and Furious universe.
So it's like that, who was his name, Mace? Patrick Duffy, he was in the shower?
Correct.
Sung Kang was in the shower?
In Dallas, yeah, exactly, in the shower. Yeah, I think that's how. But this one's got Charlize Theron, it's got Helen Mirren, it's got like everybody in it. And I think the cars are going to do some of the funniest stuff.
I've seen, I think, every one of those Fast movies, and they're all good.
They're so good. I especially love the one where it jumps from one skyscraper to the next. That's my favorite one.
Yeah,
Where
That's
there's
the reason I stopped watching was because of that.
Two skyscrapers. Zooms into the other one. I'm all about that. And then I'm all about Ludacris taking the car up into space and attaching it to the International Space Station, which is what happened in Fast 9. I love that. Why can't you suspend your disbelief, Bergman?
I can suspend disbelief just fine. I watch a lot of Marvel movies, but to be able to do that was just—it was too much. You lost me there. What was that? 7, John? 8, somewhere around there when they jumped from car.
I think 7. I think
8 was skyscraper to skyscraper.
Yeah, that was it.
9 was International Space Station.
Yeah,
what is left? Fast and Furious goes to Mars.
It all started in a garage.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
See, okay, John, if it has a multiverse aspect in 10,
John's out.
Would you go out at that point?
Multiverse, like it only exists.
No. There's like different universes that they go to in Fast X, so it's not just the one that we're in, and somehow they get to a different timeline.
Yeah, no, he's out. He doesn't get the multiverse.
Well, that's where they have to go. Where else are they going to go? You went to space.
Yeah.
If they've left
going
the
to
Earth,
hell?
I'm out.
All right, Creed 3. Great ad. Michael B. Jordan stars and directs. Jonathan Majors plays, I think, Michael B. Jordan's brother, and they end up fighting. And I think from the commercial you can see that the championship fight might be at Dodger Stadium. I thought that's what it looked like.
I did too.
And now, Creed 3, the first 2 Creeds were great. Jorge, you're shaking your head no.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything past Rocky 1.
What is wrong
they're
with
good.
you?
I think I've seen all of them, and I've never had a bad experience at a Rocky movie. Like I've never walked out of any of them thinking, well, that was a waste of time.
Even like the dull one, Rocky Balboa, I still kind of like that one.
So I think I'm in on Creed 3.
So Jorge, you never saw. If I can change,
I've seen the highlights.
Can change,
I've seen the highlights.
Then we all can change. You never saw that one?
No.
That was a great one.
You didn't see him fight Drago?
You didn't see him fight
I've
Drago?
seen the highlights, the memes, and all that stuff, but I haven't sat through those movies.
Oh, they're great movies.
Mr. T?
Yeah, Mr. T. Clever Lang.
So
Travis.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. All right, there was a promo. You won't like this, John, but Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to be a gigantic deal. I think it's coming out in August. The first couple of Guardians movies were great, Bergman.
The second one was meh.
You thought it was meh?
Yeah, first one was great.
First one was. Oh, so you saw the first one, John?
Ireland.
Yeah, I saw the original Guardians of the
You
Galaxy.
did not watch Guardians of the Galaxy, did you?
Not start to finish.
Well, then I don't think it counts if you don't watch start to finish.
He watched it. Yeah.
I watched while I was doing something else, and I thought it was well done.
I watched Women Talking this weekend, at least the first 10 minutes of it.
I was going to say, how long do you hang in for that
I got
one?
I got a screener, and I put it on.
What are they talking about?
Something to do with a cult or something. I didn't hang in there long enough to watch the rest of it. And then the other movie I wanted to mention is Air, with Ben Affleck as Phil Knight and Matt Damon as Sonny Vaccaro, all about Michael Jordan and building the Jordan brand, which I think looks great.
Yeah, I'm all over that movie. We used to know Sonny. He used to come in on Michael and Hartman's show back in the day.
Sure did.
Boy, Matt Damon looks nothing like Sonny Vaccaro, though. That's going to be hard since we know what Sonny looks like.
Well, Ben Affleck doesn't exactly look like Phil Knight either.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
no, but Matt, I don't think Ben Affleck plays Phil Knight. Does he?
Yeah, he does. He plays Phil Knight.
Oh, okay.
And Ben Affleck is directing it.
I knew that. I didn't think. I thought Ben. And the movie's called Air, right?
Air, yeah. And Viola Davis, I think, plays Michael Jordan's mom, if I can interpret the promo. Yeah, Ben Affleck as Phil Knight, Viola Davis as Michael Jordan's mom, Matt Damon as Sonny Vaccaro, Jason Bateman as Rob Strasser. Those are some of the cast.
Boy, Marlon Wayans is playing George Raveling. Our
Oh,
buddy
that's
George
interesting.
Raveling's in this movie.
Yeah.
Chris Tucker is in this movie. I'm assuming in a non-comedic role.
Yeah, I would think so. Howard White, whoever that is. But yeah, I'm excited for that movie. That's really a smart movie. I think Netflix funded that entire thing. All right, coming up next for you, we are going to do some What's Up, Fool? Mason and Ireland.
All right, we're reminding you that Pickleball Madness, our March Pickleball Madness, is coming up on March 18th at Miles Square Park in Fountain Valley. It's free for all non-participants, and there's a million things to do, Al.
All right, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come out, hang out. We do these events every time we do them. We love having listeners there. We got our Pop-A-Shot Challenge. We got a beer garden going on. So we got everything going on. Don't forget that day.
Games for the kids. Bring the kids on out. It'll be a great time. You'll watch me and Al just wipe the floor with everybody because we're pickleball experts.
We'll be out in the first round.
now, the segment formerly known as Bobcat. It's time for What's Up, Foo?
What's up, Foo?
Take it away, Kirby Gray.
Thanks, Chris. All right, so Giannis Antetokounmpo, I think I said that right, John? Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, you're in
has
it.
filed trademarks. They are Stay Freaky, Freak Show, Unseen Freaky Hours, and the E and the A in Freaky are the numbers 34. So Stay FR34KY, essentially. How do you feel about these trademarks for Giannis?
Smart. Somebody is a smart businessman, and they don't know which one of these things is going to pop, so they're trademarking all of them in case one of them does. Scott, as a business manager, is doing a good job.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you can get away with it, you should, because you can create yourself a brand. And there's a way. Did he trademark anything that's like unrealistic?
No, it's just like, I don't know, Unseen Freaky Hours? I don't know.
Unseen Freaky Hours is weird. What is that exactly?
I don't know.
Unseen Freaky
Stay
Hours.
Freaky?
Stay Freaky. Okay, I like that.
I mean,
Stay
that
freaky.
one has multiple meanings.
Unseen Freaky Hours, really, your imagination runs wild there. What the hell is going on in Unseen Freaky
So, I mean, it
Hours?
depends on what he wants to do post-NBA career.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's fine. I like it. I just the 34 is interesting and different to make up the E and the A.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
What do you, if you were to trademark something, Bergman, what would you trademark?
I don't have anything to
You have
trade.
nothing?
I would trademark Bergman. Bergie.
I don't believe you can trademark Bergman.
Yeah,
MPG.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that was the multi-platform Greg. That was the one.
Multi-platform
Yeah.
Greg. Those
Good luck
are the
with
days.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work.
What's up, Foo?
Pay down on your phone.
In my phone. By the way, someone said something really funny on Twitter. $8 Squalor said, if Jorge stopped after Rocky won, he never saw Rocky win a fight.
That's right. You've never seen Rocky win.
Wow.
He does go on to win
Spoilers?
some fights. Yes. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, hate to tell you this. He doesn't lose every week.
What's up, Foo?
All right, so I saw this article on Yahoo from a site called the Herald Weekly while prepping, and it was about worst foods by state.
Okay.
I figured California would be something weird like a kale smoothie or something, but no. What they did, it was the worst thing they possibly could. Let me read you the California description and tell me who I need to go to complain to because I need it ripped off the internet immediately.
Okay.
So, if you've ever been to an In-N-Out and had less than a good experience, does anybody actually have a good one? California natives will chalk this up to telling you that you ordered wrong. First of all, the only correct way to order, according to locals, is to request something that isn't listed on the menu. That place is nothing short of nasty, and the burger is apparently the best part of the meal. Even Californians are quick to confess that their fries are just above toxicity. I want this stricken off immediately. How do we get it off?
So Josh Hart, who used to play for the Lakers and has recently was traded from the Blazers to the Knicks, once tweeted that he doesn't like In-N-Out. Like, In-N-Out isn't any good to him, and he was fried and skewered for it. There are some people, it's a small group of people, but there are some people who don't like In-N-Out. Fortunately, it is a very small group, and I would say 99% of the people who have been to In-N-Out like it. So, Greg, I would let this one go.
Yeah, great burgers. I'm not a big fan of the fries. I know some people love the fries.
I
do
love
not love
the
the
fries.
fries.
Let me guess, too potato-y.
Too potato-y, exactly. They
a
are
fry.
too potato-y.
Fry.
Yeah.
They're made from potatoes.
Yeah. I don't think the McDonald's ones are. They're
They
made
are.
of grease and
No, they're made of
joy.
salt.
Grease and joy.
That's it.
Yeah.
Salt. So, what do you think? Are you okay with this one,
No,
Mace?
I mean, the first thing when my mom and dad used to live back east, the first thing they wanted to do when they come to L.A. was go to In-N-Out Burger. A lot of people fly into LAX and immediately stop at that In-N-Out Burger that's right by LAX. So, no, they're not understanding what LA is all about by trashing In-N-Out Burger.
What's up, Foo?
Okay, so how's the poll looking, Mace? The poll.
The poll right now is 70-30. She
That
was
she-
lip sync.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, for next year, who do you think should be the performer at halftime?
Well, I've been thinking for a while now it should be Taylor Swift, but she has now turned it down
she turned it down.
multiple
Right.
times. So beyond Taylor Swift, my best idea is we just got tickets for the Hollywood Bowl to see Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson with JT in a reunion show. I think that would be huge.
Yeah, that's a great idea. and Timberlake's great.
Yep.
And I don't know if you're going to top that. The only other way to go would be to get icons who have done it before. You know, we've lost so many big names. We've lost Prince, we've lost Bowie.
Yep.
We've lost Tom Petty. All those guys played at the Super Bowl. I don't know if Bowie did. I know Petty did, and
Bowie
Prince
did not.
did.
Yeah.
If you could get some of the legendary acts that have done it before, Rolling Stones, Paul McCartney, U2, and get them to all do like a reunion show together, kind of like you saw last year,
Yeah,
Mace,
right.
then you're beyond to something. But you definitely get a lot of big names. You know, Diana Ross has been in the Super Bowl. You could conceivably do that, like get all the big names and bring them back all at once. But I like your idea of Janet Jackson and JT. That'd be great.
So a lot of times they go by people that are already from Vegas, and I just looked up. The only ones that I can see are the Killers.
Oh, the Killers are from Vegas. Yeah.
That would be a pretty
May
good
not
one.
be big enough.
Well, it may not be
they're-
big enough. You could put
they're
together.
pretty
I
big.
love the Killers.
And then the other one was Panic at the Disco, but they just broke up.
Oh,
Wow,
just the one
it's
guy.
just one guy.
But
Panic at the Disco is one
Then
guy.
how did they
Can't
break up?
with
Instruments.
yourself.
I am so. The Panic
was all
at
over
the
the
Disco
place.
thing is not a real thing because Brandon, what's his name, is still
Yuri.
Panic at the Brandon Drury is still.
Yuri.
Oh, I've got him. The guy that played for the Padres, Brandon Drury. No, Brandon. He's Panic at the Disco. They didn't break up.
Well, there was a whole story like
A
2
bunch
weeks
of
ago.
instruments left.
Well, yeah, that's how you make a band.
Yeah.
All right.
What's up, Foo?
So tired of being right about Panic at the Disco.
I don't think you're right. So Jesse Rogers of ESPN broke this earlier today. The MLB's Joint Competition Committee has voted unanimously to make the extra inning rule permanent for all regular season games. We all kind of like this rule and are fine with it, as long as I remember at least. But are you surprised that it was all unanimous and became permanent?
No, it's smart. As long as they don't add it for the playoffs, for the regular season, it's perfect. I don't want to sit there for 14 innings in the regular season. So putting a runner on second base to start extra innings during the regular season, Mason, that's the stipulation.
Yep.
During the playoffs, there will be no runner at second is the absolute right decision.
I am 100% in favor. I actually find when I hear that a game has gone to extra innings, I will switch to it on MLB Pass to go look at it because I think it's a fascinating dynamic with the runner on second base and watching pitchers try to deal with that as they try to get through an inning. I'm a big fan of it.
So Eric Stephen went and did some research on all of this, and he says a quick look at extra inning games. It includes doubleheaders that lasted past 7 innings the last few years. So 2018, 2019, which was the old rule, 69% of games were done after 11, with 10% of those going 14-plus innings. Since 2020 and 2022, 92% have been done by 2 extra innings, and only 0.4%, 2 total games, went more than 13 innings.
Yep, that's the way to go. Nobody wants to hang around for 5 hours at a baseball game. They're doing absolutely the right
Yeah,
thing.
unless it's the playoffs, I think.
Yeah,
runner on
playoffs,
second is
all
the right
bets are
thing.
off.
What's up, Foo?
All right, so last week I was talking about getting a dog walker, and because
Yeah,
I don't
did
get
you
home
get one?
late and need someone to walk the dog, I had to go to an app called, what is this app called actually? It's
Walk
called
my dog.
Rover. It's called Rover.
Oh yeah, Rover. I used Rover before.
Yeah, so you like it? It works.
It does work. It's John. It's like the Soothe app that you use to get a massage therapist. Only
Right.
you get a dog walker, babysitter, all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
and
on
they
Rover.
take pictures and do all that stuff.
Send
right?
them you the
Yeah.
pictures afterwards. Yeah, I use a service like that.
So we all agreed that $10 a day for the 13-year-old that was doing it was the right amount, and I said it was.
Yeah.
He wasn't available anymore. So
Right.
when I went to this app, now it's going to be way more.
How much?
All of a sudden, it's going to be $30 or more per day. So that's, whatever that
Yeah,
is.
you should still look for a kid.
So is this too much, and what should my drop-dead price be?
Yeah,
for all
whatever
these people?
happened to the kid in the neighborhood who just wants
Well,
to mow
he
the
was-
grass for you?
Well, I
or-
tried, just didn't work out.
Yeah.
And so I don't know any
yeah,
other
I
kids
would
that are
keep
about
looking.
that age.
I would keep looking for a kid. Where are you? North Hollywood area?
Yeah, North Hollywood. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, keep looking for a kid. I think you could get away. $30 a day is too much for a dog walker.
That is
It is.
a lot.
It's a
for dog
lot,
walker.
right?
Yeah, that's $150 a week.
Yeah, that's $600 a month. That's you
That's
can't
too
do
much
that.
money. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
that's
that
too
kind
big
of money.
too big a line in your budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
All right,
I'd
so-
find some kid.
So what
in the
should the
neighborhood.
drop-dead price be
10,
then?
10. I think you can get 10.
10.
bucks a
So
day.
10 is the right number.
10 for
I'd
a
go
walk.
as high as 15, but no higher than that.
I'd go to $12.50.
So is
Yeah,
$100
meet
a
in
month?
the middle.
$100 a week is too much. That would be $20.
Yeah, I think that's bordering on too much.
It's bordering on too much. Okay.
$100 a week for your dog? How much do you love your dog?
I love my dog more than just below Riley.
Is your dog worth $100 a week?
I mean,
Yeah,
Yes.
but not Mace. Not when you can get away with $50 a week.
right. If I can get away with $50 a week, I would much rather do that.
We have the most complicated vetting process for our dog person. She's got to know. It's Velma. She knows everything. She knows the dogs really well. She knows how to feed them. She knows how to give Sophie her medicine, all that kind of stuff. But it took us a long time to find that right person, and we dramatically overpay. But that's part of the deal.
What do you pay?
Oh God, it's probably $75 a night when she lives in the house.
$75 when she's in your own home?
She lives in the house. Yeah, $75 a night.
It's a good deal for her.
It's a good deal for her, yeah. But it's also it's a good deal for us because we know that the dog walker or the dog person knows our dogs, so there's some security that's involved there. And then she sends us 3 pictures a day, so we know everything's going okay. It's worth it for us, especially when we leave town.
Okay. All right, good to know.
What's up, Foo?
All right, so this will be the last one.
Okay.
Did you see the Instagram post from Chad Henne? So Chad Henne is the backup quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I thought they were going to need him yesterday.
A lot of people
He
thought
warmed
he might.
up.
He was warming up, and he was really good in the AFC Championship game when he played.
Yes, he did.
So he sent an Instagram post saying, calling it a career, capping it off with at Bud Light and another ring. And it's him holding a Bud Light. Do you have any problem with him getting his money from Bud Light for doing this, or was this a little bit kind of like,
So
probably shouldn't?
Bud Light basically sponsored his retirement announcement.
Yes.
Nope. I have no issue with it.
Good for you, Chad Henne. I say make what you can.
Yeah.
Bergman, don't you?
Yes. No, absolutely. This was just a
Why are
question
you
for-
attacking Chad Henne for making some
My
money
God,
on his retirement announcement?
I am
getting them
asking
checks.
questions.
Yeah, get them checks.
I ask
Bergman.
questions with no thought of my own attached to it. These are questions for you
So
to
there's
answer.
no thought in your questions?
No, there are thought. Why are you doing?
Using your words against you?
Yeah.
Oh, Bergman, it's so sad. By himself. For the
Not gonna
Super
lie,
Bowl.
this was an add-on question at the last second.
Bergman alone for the Super Bowl. By the way, you never mentioned, what did you order?
I ordered a pizza. I told you.
Did you get one of them pizzas?
It was Canadian bacon and red onion.
I don't know who sponsors
so
us now,
good.
but they've got those
Pizza Hut.
gigantic pizza things that you fold over pizza slices. Do you
the
know what I'm
melts.
talking about?
The Pizza Hut melts.
Is that Pizza Hut?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't keep track of the pizza stuff.
Yeah, and they're
But
delicious.
I think those ones that fold over look really good. That's New York style. All right, coming up next for you.
What's up, Foo?
Dave McMenamin has said something that apparently is controversial.
Oh, and Bergman. Gracie Hunt has gone on the record with the 3 things you need to be her boyfriend. So I will
Assistant
share
program
those.
director at a radio station.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
not on the list.
So I will. Well, it could be.
Yeah.
I'll share what her prerequisites are next.
Okay. Mason, Ireland, 710.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Monday afternoon. It is a Bud Light Reaction Monday. Congratulations to the Chiefs. Even though they got that ref call at the end, we will break it down all day on a Bud Light Reaction Monday. Plus, the Lakers get ready for tonight. Coverage begins at 5:30 p.m. Lakers Blazers. And yes, Johnny and I will talk about Saturday's win over the Warriors with no LeBron on the court. Let's get to it. A jam-packed show for a Bud Light Reaction Monday. Mason and Ireland right now.
3 o'clock crowd, day after the Super Bowl. Which I've always said the Super Bowl, they should move to Saturday so you get Sunday to recover. What do you think of my plan?
Well, there's a very big movement towards that. I've been reading a bunch of articles about it, that there's a strong 18 million people are calling in sick for work today. So I don't think it's the dumbest idea you've ever had.
Thank you. All right. A lot of people saying that in Fast and Furious 9 or Fast 9, they explain how Sung Kang is still alive.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah. Tell Ireland the reveal was that Sung Kang didn't actually die in Tokyo Drift, and it is part of the Fast canon. I disagree. It's totally different from the rest of it. Yeah, spoiler alert. Was Vin Diesel in Tokyo Drift?
Yeah, at the very, very end, in the last scene, he shows up to race. Who's the kid that's the lead in that was also in 42?
Paul Walker.
No. Paul Walker's not in Tokyo Drift. It's a guy.
Lucas Black.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, Lucas Black.
Yeah.
Lakers over everything. Yeah, talking about Rihanna. She was also singing live. Yes, she was also singing live. A little bit of both. Happens with all the time during the Super Bowl since they have such limited time to actually do legit sound checks and properly sync. So he is of the belief that Rihanna, it's some combination between live and lip syncing. I don't think it was lip syncing at all.
She lip synced the whole thing.
Yeah. There's no evidence of it.
Except the 80 million links on the internet that claim she lip synced.
What are they? They don't claim. They say people are wondering if she's lip syncing.
No, page 6 at the New York Post declared that it was the worst lip sync job in the history of the Super Bowl. And they're not big on hyperbole, as you know.
Send us a link.
Send us a link of the proof that Rihanna was lip syncing.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Proof.
We believe everything on the internet, right?
Yeah, no, especially from the New York Post.
Yeah.
New York Post is
page
gold.
6, especially of the New York Post.
Page 6 is the most credible
Page 6
part
has never
of the New
lied.
York Post.
Just Google it.
Yeah, just Google it. Exactly.
All right, Bergman,
Yes.
I've been doing a little more of a deep dive on Gracie Hunt for you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
All right, she's 24.
Okay.
A little on the young side for you, but that's okay. She is a former Miss Kansas.
Okay.
Great.
Nice.
Okay. When she's not running marathons.
Probably not competitive, by the way, Miss Kansas.
Yeah. When she's not running marathons, she serves as a Special Olympics ambassador and
That's
has
very
served
nice.
on the board of Special Olympics Texas.
Nice.
And
So a good
presently
person.
with Special Olympics Kansas.
Great.
All right. The heiress is single at the moment and joked that she is definitely looking for that number 1 draft pick.
All right.
She added, my top 3 things. Does he align with me on a faith basis?
Oh, okay.
Now, Greg, you're Jewish. I don't think she is.
I don't think that's going to work.
So you are no longer Jewish. Exactly. Convert is the word we need.
What
out
is
of
her
you.
faith?
Whatever it is, Greg is willing to convert
Protestant.
to it.
I have no idea. I'm just guessing. I'm just throwing out names.
Protestant's a pretty good bet.
Her second question, is he athletic?
I think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bergman's decently athletic.
I mean, I'm not like football player athletic, though.
All right.
Bergman's
Now,
sneaky athletic.
Sneaky. I like that.
third, what does your work ethic look like?
Never misses a day.
I have never. I don't.
Well, he's not like Mason.
No.
But,
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
We're being real here, obviously, because I'm gonna have a date with
not
Gracie Hunt
Tuesday.
soon. You want to be real. This is not. Oh, it's not Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, be real anyway.
And
Be real. Yeah, you be real. My
No,
work
you be
ethic is
real. You be
fantastic.
real.
She
I'm not being real. I
adds-
am being real.
Hey, Greg, she adds
Yes.
that if you're funny with a great personality, that's hard to beat. So we'll ignore those two, the last thing she said, and concentrate on the first 3.
You need a
1,
comedy writer.
You'll convert. 2, you need to be more athletic. 3, step up your work ethic. Sis
I work ethics
Boomba,
fine.
you're off with Gracie Hunt, and one day you'll be the owner of the Chiefs. What do you think?
He said Sis Boomba.
Yeah, where did you get Sis Boomba from?
I don't know.
She's a
I
cheerleader
know
now?
exactly where you got it from.
Where?
It was a Johnny Carson joke years ago, Karnak. And the you know how he would he'd hold the envelope to his head?
Yeah, the
and
microwave sheet.
The way it went down was, what sound does a sheet make when it explodes?
No,
Sis-
when you put it in a microwave.
When you put it in a Sis Boom Ba. That's where it came
Yeah. But, Greg, right there, those three things. Align with her faith, be athletic, have a strong work ethic, and you, too, could... She wants to be the commissioner of the NFL one day.
Does
you
she
could be,
really?
Yeah, you could be Mr. Commissioner.
Mr. Commissioner. That's fine. I would take that. But I think
You'd be the first man of the NFL, the first gentleman of the NFL.
the first gentleman.
Yeah,
Ooh,
first
that's
gentleman.
Fancy. I'm actually pretty proud of being Jewish.
You're not going to
Sure.
convert?
Of course.
Tough one. It's
Maybe
it's
she'll
not
convert.
Tuesday.
You do anything for love.
Okay, well, yeah, exactly. So if it's anything for love, then she might convert for me while I take all of her money.
Yeah.
No,
And
probably
remember,
not.
you only need to be married to her for a year, and the settlement alone will take care of you for a really long time.
So
all
Bergman,
true.
who was alone for the Super Bowl,
Why are we going
All
back to
by
moving
himself.
alone?
all by himself.
Yeah.
He told me he's changed his dating strategy.
I have. This is true.
What to what?
I am no longer dating for a purpose.
You're dating without a purpose?
Pointlessly?
without a
You're
purpose.
dating pointlessly?
Pointlessly, yes.
How does that work?
There is no purpose behind it. I'm not looking to go any further than what I actually am doing.
So you're not going to put any effort into it?
The purpose at the end of it all is to get the ring on your finger.
That is
Yeah.
the purpose?
Isn't that the
only
purpose?
if you're going after the heiress.
Only if the heirs, right?
Yeah,
Wait a minute,
she
but
doesn't have any money.
I don't understand dating pointlessly.
Because it's just going out with many people.
You're going out with many people?
Well, not right now.
Do they all know?
Not
that-
right now.
Do they all know that they're
Like I said,
part
not
of the
right now.
Greg Bergman dating
not
tree?
this moment.
It's the Greg
No, well, it's all.
Bergman dating tree.
If they happen to listen to the show, then they know now.
Right.
Many,
But no,
many of them
I'm just
are
saying
out
it's
there.
not. There's no reason for a purpose. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to get married. I don't want to do so. There's no purpose behind
There's
it.
no reason for a purpose.
There's no
Yeah,
purpose.
You're sounding very attractive to potential suitors right now.
Why do I care?
No.
Apparently you
Oh,
don't.
No, I
apparently you
don't.
There's
Yeah.
no purpose
And
to
that's
it.
the first rule
Well,
and all
Greg,
that.
If
let me
there's
be
no
the
purpose,
first.
then
Okay,
why
Greg,
do it?
Yeah, you
let
be
me
you,
be the
dog.
first to congratulate you on watching the Super Bowl in 2024 by yourself.
I don't care about that. I actually really enjoyed watching it by myself. Was it that bad? Did you watch it? You watched it with a bunch of people with no
Yeah.
sound on.
Yeah. Well, the sound was on. We just weren't paying any attention to it.
Playing this for your pointless dating.
But most people date with a purpose. I am no longer going to do that.
No purpose
I'm
at
going
all.
to put it out there right away too. Like I am not looking for anything further. We can go
Then-
out. We can have
then
fun. Dinner and fun.
Okay, so
That's the key. We're gonna
that's
have
a
fun.
purpose.
No,
no.
we're gonna have fun. That's the key, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have fun.
That's
It's-
no. The purpose is the fun.
yes. Okay. Fine. If you want to say the purpose is to have fun, yes.
That's the purpose.
Yes. That's. I mean, I think that's attractive to people because then they know what they're going to get with me, and then when they want to go get married, have
fun time.
Get out of here.
You'll be married.
No,
I can see it happening right now.
you don't know me.
You're
Very.
going to meet somebody. You're going to fall in love,
You know,
and you'll
Greg,
be married.
Yes.
That all sounds really good,
It does.
but I'm going to send you a picture
Of Gracie Hunt.
Yeah, and after the picture, I'm going to see if you reconsider your
Well, I mean, there's always
position.
there's exceptions to every rule, right?
Uh-oh, we got breaking news?
Breaking news.
What is it?
I hit the wrong button. That's what I was actually doing. I'm just pressing buttons today. There you go. Bergman. So sad. Crying in his guacamole.
Okay. No, let's actually have a real conversation
Oh,
here.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Why?
let's do it.
Why
Let's
do you
have a real
need to
conversation.
be in a relationship to be happy?
I'm not saying you do. I just
Well, that's what
say-
you're saying. Like, oh, you're
I'm
going to
not-
get married. You're going to do
Hey,
all these things.
Greg, look at the picture I just sent you and tell me that would not make you happy.
Oh, it's a link. Hold on. Is it a safe link? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Totally safe.
Yeah, it's a safe link, yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
Bergman,
she's
yeah.
a beautiful.
Would there not be a purpose to dating her?
More than one purpose.
Again, there are exceptions to every rule.
Yeah, exactly.
But you do not need a
By the
significant
way, did
other
you
to be
notice
happy.
where that picture was taken?
It was in Cincinnati.
Nope.
Oh, it's at SoFi.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
She's in LA.
All you got to do is hop in your car, drive 20 minutes, heiress.
Done. That's all it'll
Boom.
take. That's all it
Done.
takes. It's that easy. Snap of a
Just
finger.
like that.
Hi, Gracie. All right, we're in a relationship.
Exactly.
You need to get on that. I tried to go into that Raya, and there's no friggin' way I can get into Raya.
Why? Why can't you?
Because they asked for every single one of my contacts to like well-known people, and I'm not going to share those with a dating service, especially when I'm already in a relationship and I would only be in it to try to get Greg dates.
Yeah, use me as your as your famous person.
Yeah, I did use you as my famous person.
didn't
but
work?
There were a bunch of other people, and then I'm like, I'm not giving these people all my contacts.
See how he snuck that in there? Use me as your famous person.
There you go, John. Famous person.
Yeah, exactly.
All
if
right.
it gets Bergman onto Raya, why not?
Coming up next for you.
Tell him you're close personal friends with one of Hollywood's big guns.
There you go.
There you go.
That's the one that gets you in.
But then they'll say, well, introduce me to the big gun.
It's true.
And then
What
that's
am
when
I
you come
talking to
in.
you for?
Come on, man. That's when you come in.
All right, coming up next for you, the Derek Carr screwed the Raiders, and Dave McMenamin has got the Westbrook family very upset. That's coming up next for you. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right,
Wake up with
Pickleball Madness. Our March Pickleball Madness is coming up on March 18th at Miles Square Park in Fountain Valley. It's free for all non-participants, and there's a million things to do, Al.
All right, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come out, hang out. We do these events every time we do them. We love having listeners there. We got our Pop a Shot Challenge. We got a beer garden going on. So we got everything going on. Don't forget that day.
Games for the kids. Bring the kids on out. It'll be a great time. You'll watch me and Al just wipe the floor with everybody because we're pickleball experts.
We'll be out in the first round.
as we react to everything Super Bowl 57. Chiefs with the win. We're all over it. All day long on 710. It's presented by Bud White. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Must be 21 or older. Please enjoy responsibly. More of Mason and Ireland on a Bud White Reaction Monday right now.
What's up, people? Day after the Super Bowl. Shadano is dancing in the next room.
Excellent.
He watched the Super Bowl with people, unlike Greg, who cried in his guacamole.
That's all right.
It was delicious guacamole. Salty,
Delicious
but good.
guacamole. What is it, Shadano?
I watched it just with my wife and kids. It's not like I watched it with a ton of people.
Right. Well, Bergman just watched it by himself.
Well, but wasn't your daughter like in
She
the
was
house?
running around with her friends.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's not watching it. He's just by himself.
All by myself.
Don't wanna be.
Yeah,
Was this? Hey, Mace, was this guy a one-hit wonder?
I think Eric Carmen had other
Yeah.
records, didn't he?
I think so.
Shadano, you watched it with
with my wife and kids.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
see, that's the normal way to watch it, right?
Right.
I watch it with Juan,
Yeah.
Sophie, and Ron.
Right.
Juan and Ron.
Yeah.
And
Your
that
significant other
that
and
was
kids.
Perfect, exactly.
Yes.
And Bergman watched it alone.
Yeah, I don't see what the problem
Not that
is.
there's anything wrong
Not
with
that
that.
there's anything- no, it's totally fine to be on your own. Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
He's dating now without any purpose. Did you hear that?
No, what does that even mean?
He's dating
Yeah,
pointlessly.
I have never heard that either. Right?
It's- There is no purpose now. You are when we go out, we are going to have the discussion and be like, look, I don't want anything further than this, and they will say either yes or no.
Yeah.
Like this,
And that'll be
meaning
it.
you're going to sit in a car and do nothing?
Well, no. I mean, you go
No,
out,
I
you
think
get
he means
dinner.
like no strings attached.
Yes, that's exactly.
Oh, so just hookups.
Sure, if you want to call
Hey,
it
why
that.
not? Well, that's what I
It's
would
whatever
call
you
it.
want to call it.
How old are you, Bergman?
39.
Dude, that's the way to go.
Thank you. See,
Amen.
they're getting all upset with me, saying like, "Oh, this is you're going to get married."
Who's
You're
getting
gonna do
upset
all
with
this."
you?
You didn't tell us you were going out and hooking up.
Well, I
That's a
didn't-
different story
I didn't
altogether.
say it straight out, but I
you
pretty
called
much
it
said.
dating without a purpose, and
Yes.
I'm like, well,
Yeah, that didn't sound. That
The
you
PC
you
version.
Look, it's all about the way you brand things, Bergman, and you clearly didn't brand this properly with Mason and
Sorry, it
Ireland.
wasn't done well.
yeah, you just hook it up.
It's your Tinder handle, homie.
I'm not on Tinder.
You're where? How do you get them?
Well, I've actually I've gone off. I was on Hinge.
How do you reel
and
them in?
Bumble? Plenty of fish. Yeah, it was Bumble for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Bumble
about
and
going to a
Hinge.
bar? Do you ever go to a bar?
No, that doesn't work.
Do you have any
What do
bar
you mean
games?
it doesn't work?
Of course it
I
does.
don't want to go to a bar.
Meet somebody in person.
Okay, I'll give you an example that I saw it work. Well, after the game on Saturday, I went with some friends to have dinner at a restaurant in San Francisco, close to the arena, and there was a party of girls that was celebrating a birthday. And there were other single dudes who happened to be there, and then they were there independently of each other, and I saw actual commingling.
See, Bergman, it can be done.
Sure, I mean, but see, like you need a wingman for that. So if
Oh,
someone wants
sure.
to-
It was a couple. It was
Yeah,
three dudes
it's not a
and like a table of 8 girls.
Right,
Yeah,
and you don't
great.
have a wingman.
No, see, this was Eric Carmen too. Anyway.
Oh, this is also Eric.
Look, Parker, right behind you. How old are you, Parker? 25?
Parker Bell,
25.
25
We
years
got
old.
different levels here too. So like, I can go for the little bit of the older one. He can go for the younger one.
Exactly.
I think that actually works out.
Try this line.
DeAndre, you want to join us?
Try this line. Hey, baby doll. Does that work?
No.
No, baby doll is
Greg,
like
how about
that.
this
Baby
one?
doll is not
How about,
working.
hey, Greg, how about this?
But seriously, no disrespect to any of our significant others, but 39 and single and successful, I mean, whatever we make fun of Bergman, he's a successful man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fine,
Greg.
Yes.
Here's your line.
Okay.
You know
I'm
what looked
afraid.
good on you?
Yeah,
Me.
that's
All right.
that's another.
That's probably not the right way to go in that situation.
Yeah, very good line. Very good line. Yeah, Bergman, I think you're doing the right thing. Just go for the hookup.
Yeah, that's all I need.
Yeah.
You're 39, dude.
Yeah.
No need to have frills.
Play the field.
No, I'm
Yeah.
totally fine with that.
Hit with power to all fields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spread
not?
spread it
Why
to all the
not?
fields.
Can you say it that way? Can you do it the Ireland way?
Why not?
Thank you. There we go.
Exactly. So you watched it with your family.
I did.
Do you think Rihanna was lip syncing?
No, I'm with you. She was the background
please.
people were singing.
See, this is the alliance all over.
Yeah,
again.
it is.
You
No, but
and
Ma-
me
but
and
Mason-
Riri.
Right.
You,
Mason
me,
is-
and Riri.
The Navy.
George
We're part of the
Mason
Riri
is not
Navy. That's what they call
suggesting
her
that there were
fans.
background singers. He says the track that was playing in the background was Rihanna singing, and she was singing along to her own track, which I've tried to explain to him. That's the definition of lip syncing.
No, not if you just said she's singing to her own track. That means she's singing. She's
Correct.
not lip syncing if she's singing.
But if she doesn't say the line, you still hear it, and that's because there's a track playing.
No, that's the backup dancers that
Yeah,
we're singing.
anytime you go to a concert,
backup vocalist. Sorry.
Backup vocalist, yeah.
George, that's not what Mason's saying. He's saying that she sang to her own track.
I think that's what's going on. She's singing with her own track.
I think John is misinterpreting what the definition that you're thinking of track. You're thinking track of just the music, not the vocals.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's saying, John.
And then there are backup singers.
Yeah, well, she didn't have any backup singers last night.
She did.
She did. No, there were backup singers.
They were.
They
Yes.
just weren't
Where
featured.
were
You
they?
couldn't see them. You saw them later when they showed the band at the end.
Yeah,
Oh,
they weren't.
okay.
They were not featured necessarily, but they were there.
Yeah.
I find these the attacks on Riri unfair.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
We're a part of the Riri Navy now. That's it.
Exactly.
That's how this works.
One of the most blatant lip syncs in Super Bowl history.
That is so sad.
Milli Vanilli is turning over in its grave, is what John is saying.
Milli Vanilli is like saying, "We support Rihanna." That's how bad it was.
By the way, John, the Los Angeles Lakers have professional players on that roster now.
Yeah.
I know.
No disrespect to the previous professional players.
I don't know if, with 25 games to go, they can find enough chemistry to make a run. What do you think?
I think so. I wouldn't play LeBron until after the All-Star break because
Yeah, I don't
I
think
think
they're
that
gonna.
foot injury
Let
is
him
a
sit
real
out
thing.
tonight and Wednesday.
In the OKC game, I saw his guy, and you and I know who that guy is, John, working on his foot the entire game when he was on the bench. And I've seen that in previous games too. So this is like a lingering thing. I would just let him rest, get him 2 weeks worth of rest or so, and then that way you push forward. But John, I think they can definitely make the play-in. I don't think there's no.
That's what I've been saying all day too.
Yeah, look, I love the backcourt now with D'Angelo and Dennis Schroeder. I think that makes more sense now because at least Dennis is a good defender and D'Angelo's okay.
D'Angelo gives them a spark though when
Can shoot
LeBron
the
and
ball.
AD are not on the floor.
Austin Reeves is going to play a lot.
Reeves
guys.
played great defensively, I thought, in that game on Saturday.
Yeah, especially against Clay.
And Jared Vanderbilt, I told you guys, that guy, $4.5 million, that is the steal of the entire trade.
By the way, who is a big fan of Jared Vanderbilt, John?
Who is
our big boss Craig Karmazan was raving
he
about
was.
Jared Vanderbilt the other night.
Yeah.
We went to dinner with
Jared
the big
Vanderbilt
boss.
is the type of guy that every team should want.
Yeah.
So good job, Pelinka.
Yeah, I think, by the way, I think this is a win for Pelinka.
Yeah.
Big win.
Yeah, I agree. I think that now look, the last 2 off seasons haven't gone so great for him, but he fixed it for now.
Right, and he's setting up potentially next season because a lot of these guys are auditioning to be on this roster next year. See who fits, see who doesn't.
Because, John, I'd love to get your thoughts. Like, I actually think that, I know people are going to say, why would you sign D'Angelo Russell? I would, if he plays well for you, I would sign him and use him as a potential trade chip, much like the Warriors did.
Yeah, I like D'Angelo Russell. Always have. I think he does enough things well where you can't leave him alone, and he's shooting a career high 37% from three, which the Lakers desperately need. And what was weird was the other night Malik Beasley didn't make any shots. I think he was 2 for 9.
Yeah.
If he starts making shots, that guy will help too.
But I feel like with Malik, when I was watching the game, it was more along the lines of just like he seemed out of sorts. I mean, the first quarter, both teams were out of sorts.
It's going to take a little bit of time.
For sure. But I think that, to your point, D'Angelo's an elite pick-and-roll player on offense and an elite catch-and-shoot guy from three. So you got that. To John's point to Beasley is great, too, because you're talking about two guys who I believe are in the top 12 in three-pointers made in Beasley and Russell.
Yep.
Now the Lakers have lasers.
Yes, they've got lasers, finally.
LeBron wanted lasers since the first game. Now he's got lasers.
That'll make Kaplan happy.
Yeah.
He loves calling him lasers.
Oh, yeah, lasers.
He's
yeah.
big on that.
Yeah.
In a related question.
Yeah.
You hear this was the Wheel of Questions question today.
Yeah.
You hear an intruder in your house.
Mm-hmm.
Do you stay calm? Do you get nervous? Do you approach them? Do you hide? How do you handle
the first thing I do is call 911.
Call 911 is the right answer right away.
Right, first thing.
Yep.
And then after that, I get something. No, I get something. We stay in. I get the kids.
Yeah, of course.
And then in our room, hunker down. I got something that can be used as a weapon just in case they come in.
Do you have something for real?
Perhaps.
I've got a baseball bat in my bedroom.
Yeah, perhaps.
Right behind the door.
Yeah.
If I need it. And by the way, John, you talked about going out the back door.
Yeah.
Ron texted me, there are 12 feet between my front door and my back door. There is no way I can get to the back door.
12 feet. Don't you remember the old Leonard Skinner song, Give Me 3 Steps? 3 steps towards the door? That's more than 12 feet. You give me 3 steps. That guy will never catch
I sneak by him is what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, right by him.
You have an alarm, I presume, as well, too, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I do.
Because also the alarm
My
would
house
notify
is
me if someone is
very-
Hold
into.
on. Mason said that it's easier to whack the guy in the head with a bat than running 12 feet, dude.
I know.
I've got to get
He
by
hasn't
the
thought it
guy.
through.
I've got a bat.
You're also not fast.
Oh, no. Listen, with a bat,
So there's-
they're like, if this guy comes at you with a knife, I got a bat.
Yeah.
I'm like Sean Connery.
I mean, John, to his point, like, you've seen Mason run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12 feet.
I mean, do you think he can make it, or does he have a better shot of
No.
swinging a bat?
Decent chance he'll fall down somewhere in that 12
Club
feet.
that guy in the head.
Yeah.
Club that guy in the head.
Yeah.
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 If you come to my house, you're going to meet face to face with a toy Dodger bat.
A toy. I've got the bat that Clinton Yates got us.
Oh, there you go.
That's a
Yeah.
bat. I'm going to
Toy
trust
Dodger
it.
bat. I
But
use
the
it like
alarm would go off
nunchucks.
first, and that would probably scare people
Right.
away.
I mean,
would
my
imagine.
alarm system
Yes.
is very sophisticated.
Yeah.
It's like what Tom Cruise,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Mission Impossible, how you had to go down and
But
avoid the
in
laser
the scenario
lights.
when I don't have an alarm system, that would be the move.
If
Yes.
somebody was going to break into my house,
Yeah.
it would have to be like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
Okay.
I have so many alarms.
Because I'm assuming not only does John have a gated, a gate you have to get through to begin with.
He's got a personal bodyguard.
Yeah, right. There's someone. I've been there. I've seen.
I have an alarm. I have a rent-a-cop roaming around the neighborhood,
Yeah.
and I have a toy Dodger bat.
There you go.
Toy
And
Dodger bat.
Hey, listen, those
Murphy
toy
the
Dodger
dog.
bats hurt.
Oh, yes, they do.
So.
Yes, they do. All right. Coming up next for you, Bergman, what is coming up next for us?
Well,
The thing about Derek Carr and the thing about Micah Parsons. Okay, we got those things coming up for you. Hey, if you're driving to a friend's house.
All right, we're reminding you that Pickleball Madness, or March Pickleball Madness, is coming up on March 18th at Miles Square Park in Fountain Valley. It's free for all non-participants, and there's a million things to do, Al.
All right, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come out, hang out. We do these events every time we do them. We love having listeners there. We got our Pop-A-Shot Challenge. We got a beer garden going on. So we got everything going on. Don't forget that day.
Games for the kids. Bring the kids on out. It'll be a great time. You'll watch me and Al just wipe the floor with everybody because we're pickleball experts.
We'll be out in the first round.
Mason and Ireland, a Bud Light Reaction Monday. You know, Saturday night, while John Ireland was doing the play-by-play all over the ESPNLA Lakers radio network, Shadano was doing play-by-play on ESPN Radio.
9 seconds on the shot clock. Schroeder to inbound baseline, gets it to Russell in the corner here on the near side. Russell gets to the left elbow. Fadeaway jumper is good. Beautiful shot there by D'Angelo Russell. 12 points for him. 1 point lead for the Warriors. Under 6 to go.
I wonder if Shadano will bring up the battle of play-by-play. Coming up at 3:55 during Super Crosstalk. Don't miss it. Right now, Mason and Ireland continues Bud Light Reaction Monday.
And Bud Light Reaction Monday on 710 ESPN, presented by Bud Light. Make Bud Light your game day beer. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Got to be 21 or older. Please enjoy responsibly.
Okay, so Bill Nuss, who listens to our show, Bill created Pacific Blue, the TV show, longtime TV exec, says, my brother Woody is a sound engineer, big venues.
Mm-hmm.
The Super Bowl halftime producer rule is you do it our way or you don't get booked. They are always singing to their own voice track and background vocals, but with a live mic, so it can be blended in real time if need be, like a sigh during a pause. So I think
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Right, but
she's singing.
What we're arguing about is what is lip syncing. If your song is playing and you're syncing your voice to the words, that to me is lip syncing.
Well, try going to a concert because it happens everywhere. I mean, honestly, does that not happen at every concert, particularly where people are dancing?
Well, I mean, like I went to an Eagles concert. I guarantee
there's no lip syncing there.
Yeah.
They're playing live. They just got their guitars and they're just playing live.
Right.
I'm talking about if you go see. I'm trying to think. Who would you go see? If you go see Harry Styles,
okay,
he's singing to his own track a lot of the time.
Okay. I think that's lip syncing. But
as long as you're actually singing, there's words coming out of your mouth. You're singing. You're not lip syncing.
You're not lip syncing if there are words coming out of your mouth.
Okay.
Does that not make sense?
So if I have laryngitis
and
I have a concert that night, I can just go because I'll just voice.
No, you got to be able to sing.
Well, I'll sing best I can, but it won't matter if I don't sound good because I'm singing to my own track, right?
You better sound good. Like we heard Rihanna miss some notes. Do you have that where Rihanna missed notes?
Yeah, your voice is still there. Like you still will go over. You still have a microphone to your mouth.
I think she was lip syncing and she pulled a fast one on everybody.
Okay. All right. So over the weekend, Derek Carr the Raiders tried to trade him. He has a no trade clause. New Orleans was interested, and Derek Carr said, "Go pound sand. I will not waive my non-trade clause, no trade clause." Does that make sense to you, John?
Perfect sense. And here's why. Here's what he's doing. He is making sure that the team he goes to doesn't get stripped before he gets there.
Right.
So why would he's going to get paid either way. So why would he agree to a trade where they have to send, let's say, 2 or 3 draft picks, including maybe a second or third rounder, to the Raiders when they can get him for free?
Here's my question. Why would Derek Carr help the Raiders at this point? They basically sat him down 13 weeks into the season and said, you're not the future. If that's the way they're going to treat Derek Carr should say, screw you, I'm not waiving my no-trade clause. I want to go wherever I want.
Which is kind of what he's doing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all.
No, I don't
I think he's playing this exactly how I would play it.
All right, so Micah Parsons, John, did you know this story. You sent this over.
Yep.
Micah Parsons was doing one of these Q&A sort of things.
Rapid fire, like they throw a bunch of questions at you all in a row.
And here is what that sounded like when Micah Parsons did a rapid fire Q&A.
Who was your favorite player growing up?
Cam Newton.
Best trash talker in the NFL?
Probably Leonard Fournette.
Oh, he talks a lot of trash.
Talks too much.
Oh, yeah, I had
too
a little
much
back and forth on Twitter as well. Okay. Favorite sports movie?
Rudy.
Most embarrassing song on your playlist?
Shakira.
That's not embarrassing.
Secure.
Hips don't lie.
Oh, okay.
I feel like Shakira is not embarrassing.
I mean, the way that I do it is probably embarrassing. Like,
all right.
Fair.
Last question. Weirdest thing about you that few people know?
I have a foot fetish.
A foot fetish?
Yeah.
You like toes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a case of too much information? Would you admit if you had a foot fetish?
And I do not.
Would you admit it?
Didn't Rex Ryan admit it?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with flying your freak flag. Right?
I probably wouldn't admit it.
You wouldn't?
If I had a foot fetish.
What is your fetish?
Bravo.
Bravo is a fetish. You're right.
Yeah.
You have an Andy Cohen fetish.
I do.
Bergman, what's your fetish?
Not for the air.
Yeah.
See, that's the right answer.
Jorge, what about you?
Yeah, so I'm with Bergman.
Yeah,
I'm
and
with
by the way,
air.
I am so not for the air.
I'll keep my job.
No, I respect all three of you. I
Yeah.
think Micah Parsons is a little weird.
Yeah. Speaking of weird, John, did you hear what the future quarterback of the Raiders is doing right now?
Now, is this Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
Is this day one of the 4 days sit in the dark and do nothing
it's
thing?
4 days of sitting in the dark in solitary confinement, doing nothing, trying to figure out his future. Now, has he become just too damn weird?
Well, this is something you would do.
No, this is solitary confinement, man. This is he is turning the lights off. He's got no
I have
media.
a friend of mine, my shout out to my friend Kara Steinberg, who is she talks more than I do. She's like super talkative.
Wow.
But she goes on these retreats. Like, is it Esalen where Don Draper went?
Esalen is where we're going. Yeah, Esalen. I love Esalen. I've
Okay.
been there 6 or 7 times.
Is it possible that she could go there and not speak for a week?
Yes.
That's what she does.
Yeah.
Which I find incredibly weird because she's so talkative otherwise. So this is taking it a step past that, right? Aaron Rodgers is not only not going to speak for 4 days, he's going to sit in a dark room for 4 days.
Yeah,
right?
which is to me insane. This is what they do to people in prison.
Right.
I don't think I could sit in the dark for 4 days. And by the way, I question whether he's really doing it. Last year he did the ayahuasca, which apparently was a thing. This herb that gets smoked or you drink
Right.
it or whatever
it's
that
supposed
is.
to be kind of weird.
And makes you throw up, and then you have all sorts of visions and stuff. He did that, but now the solitary confinement thing is just really strange. Now, I've gone without, John, you will doubt this, but I've gone without media a fair amount of the time.
Well, you say you do, but I remember one time you said you were going to go.
Oh, you keep bringing up the one instance.
But I mean, this is an example. People will say that they're going to go cold turkey. They're going to go dark, be non-electronic.
Zero Dark Mason.
Yeah, and I thought you were doing it, and then Ramona was filling in for you, and you claimed you were Zero Dark Mason, and I said, Mason's trying something interesting. He's not going to do any electronics, no phone, no computer, for the 4 days that he's in New Mexico, wherever you are.
Yep.
And Ramona goes, "That's not true. I made a baseball trade with him 10 minutes ago." So you don't
Momo out of
really
me.
disconnect.
No, I can't. I'm going to disconnect coming up.
Except if someone offers you a really good trade.
No television. That's the big rule, is no TV. No cable news, no sports, no
That's
nothing.
just a
Turn
waste.
everything
That's
off.
just a waste.
What do you mean it's a waste?
I need a TV in every room.
I do not need a TV when I go on vacation.
Lisa
George,
used to
you
work
do?
with this woman, and she was married, and they had 2 kids.
Yep.
They did not own a television.
Well, that's like snooty PBS kind of people.
No,
John,
it's-
I'm with you.
NPR.
Every house in my household, if I could put one in the damn bathroom, I'd put a TV there too.
But on vacation, you need a TV on vacation.
On vacation.
Yes.
Why on vacation?
Because I like to fall asleep watching TV.
See, I just turn it off. Just turn it off,
No.
man. Silence.
No.
Silence is golden.
John, do you listen to podcasts to go to bed too?
Sometimes.
God,
me too. Yeah.
But primarily, the first thing I check when I get into a hotel room, do they have a sleep timer on the TV?
Yeah. Agreed.
Because I need to fall asleep to the TV.
See, I always put my earbuds in.
You know what? Now the alliance is me and Ireland all of a sudden.
Oh,
That's how that worked out.
I go to sleep every night when I'm.
What are you, like a Soothe app or something, or one of those?
On my
Headspace.
It is one of those. It is one of those, but it's very calming.
It's just the ocean.
Oh.
I am being present.
No way! Someone is talking to you. Get out of here with that crap.
100%.
That would creep me out.
Wait, Mason, I'm going to record something that you can fall asleep to.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. You're big enough. You're strong enough. And gosh darn it, people like you. This is your chance to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Spend the $25,000 and don't tell anybody it came from you. Say it was from a benefactor.
Oh, that's good.
And we'll never know who it is. And by this time next month, you'll have your own star without Ireland.
Yes.
who
I
already
do not
has
want
one.
a star without Ireland. And
He
you
already-
do not have
He
one.
already has one.
You
and
don't
he's
have
one of
one.
Hollywood's
That is not
big
you.
guns.
That is not you. You are not a
wish
big gun in
You
Hollywood.
were one of Hollywood's big
You
guns.
are not one of Hollywood's big guns.
It says
so
right there
doesn't
in the
matter.
internet, and as we've already determined earlier in the show, the internet is never wrong.
There's a picture of some guy, a black and white photo of some
Yeah.
guy from the 50s, and
That's
you're
me.
now impersonating him.
No,
His name
that's
is
me.
John Ireland.
His
He
name
has
is
a
John
wa-
Ireland.
Exactly. I'm one of Hollywood's big guns, George.
So that's how I go to sleep. I listen
No
to
way.
yeah, I listen to mantras every night.
That's creepy.
No, it's not. It's no worse than going to sleep to, I don't know.
Don't worry about the way
SVP?
you dress.
Do you
It's
go to
just
sleep to SVP?
fine.
Well, the re-airs.
Yeah, that's right.
Or Neil and Stan after I've watched them. you
Neil
know.
and Stan, that's a
Yeah.
good way
and
to go to
Ashley
sleep.
and Linda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, we're going to play Game of Games coming up next. I'm going to listen.
I'm
to this.
playing today.
Oh, excellent.
It's
You'll be good at
Ireland's
this
game.
Sedano.
All right.
Describe. Give us a sneak preview of the game.
It's Super Bowl related,
Okay.
but it has nothing to do with football.
Okay. We will do that coming up next. Game of Games. Shadano's going to play. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com. Call Jacob. Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle. Call Jacob. Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. By the way, kudos to Tommy Alvarado, who says, I listen to old Mason and Ireland shows to fall asleep. Well, screw you, Tommy.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Good afternoon, Tommy.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
Tommy.
Good afternoon.
All right. It is Ireland's game today. Ireland, what do we got?
All right. So Rihanna lip synced her way
She
through
did
the
not.
Super Bowl
Okay.
yesterday.
No,
Ireland.
stop.
No.
The
In
Navy's
hon-
coming after you.
In honor of her, this game is all about Super Bowl halftime shows.
Okay.
I'm going to describe a band or a performer. As soon as you know who I'm talking about, your name is your buzzer.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Jorge, Bergman, Mason, and Sedano.
Yeah. Okay.
I have 8 of these and a tiebreaker. Here we go. Number 1. This performer has appeared on the halftime show twice.
Mason.
Mace.
Justin Timberlake.
No. You're out of this question. He appeared once in 2014 and again in 2016.
Oh, I know.
The first time he was the featured act. The second time
Greg.
he opened with Beyonce. Greg.
Bruno Mars?
Bruno Mars is the correct answer. Very good,
wow.
Bergman. He at 5 feet 5 inches tall. He's probably the shortest singer ever. His real name is Peter Gene Hernandez, and Bergman's on the lead. Okay, number 2.
Waited.
Should have.
This band performed at the Super Bowl in 1991. It has 5 members, and they all sing. The first song they sang at that Super Bowl was one of their hits, Step by Step. Sedano.
The New Kids on the Block.
The New Kids on the Block is correct. Way to go, George.
I'm really surprised George got that one.
Among the singers in the band, how many can you name, Sedano?
Donnie Wahlberg.
Right. 2 brothers.
Jermaine.
No. Jordan something or other.
McIntyre?
Jason McIntyre.
Okay,
Yeah.
No. Jason McIntyre's on Colin's show.
Jason
Danny Wood. Danny Wood.
Very good, George.
Danny
And
Wood,
now you-
only because he follows me on Twitter, so I know that one.
You've already mentioned the other 3. Jonathan and
Jordan
Knight.
Knight.
And Joey McIntyre. Those are the 5. All right, so
Joey
Sedano
McIntyre.
1.
Joey McIntyre, yeah.
Bergman 1. Shout out to Jason McIntyre for no apparent reason. All right, here we go. This band appeared at the Super Bowl in 2002, the first Super Bowl after the 9/11 attacks. Mace.
That's U2.
That is U2, and it's a 3-way tie.
They had that big, you remember that big screen and the scroll?
Kid
the
Mace,
names,
do you
yeah.
know the real names of anybody in U2?
Let's see.
Bono is Gordon something.
No, that's Sting.
Oh, that's
Sting is
Sting, that's
Gordon
right,
Sumner.
Sting.
Edge. His name is actually Edge, I think.
No, his name is
his name legally.
His
to
name is
Edge.
David Evans.
Okay.
You're way off.
Bono is Paul Hewson,
Okay.
and the other 2 are Adam Clayton and Larry Mullen.
Yeah, never would have gotten
Where'd
this.
you get Edge from?
No, Edge is in the band.
Edge is in the
Edge
band.
is in the
yeah.
band.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the
Jorge,
band
know
guys.
you're
So-
you too.
Everybody on the board except for Jorge Briones.
Stop.
Wake up, Jorge. All right, here we go. Number 4. This performer was part of the Super Bowl halftime show in 1999 when he was one of the biggest stars in all of music.
Mason.
Mace.
Prince.
No. He was preceded on that day by Big Bad Voodoo Daddy and followed by Gloria Estefan, but he's a bigger star than both.
Oh, I remember this one, actually.
We talked about him at length on last week's show, but it wasn't about his music. Among the songs he performed that day were Sir Duke and I Wish.
Sedano?
Sedano.
R. Kelly?
No.
Oh.
Last one, Shaquille O'Neal and Sissy Can See.
Jorge.
Greg.
Jorge.
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
On the board.
Yeah.
Very good. One to one.
He can.
All right, here we go.
He cannot
This-
see, by the way.
This performer
Some people think he can.
is arguably still to this day one of the most famous people on planet Earth.
Greg.
He is such a big Greg.
Paul McCartney.
Correct.
Yeah, I was going to bring in on McCartney too.
By the way, you
he's-
want to hear a funny story? He performed in Jacksonville, right? 2004, was that
Yep,
right?
Yep.
So I sat with Craig Karmazin.
Oh, yeah.
Invited me to his seats. We were sitting in a row, like around the 40-yard line or so.
Beautiful.
I was at the end of one section.
Yep.
Do you know who was sitting in the section next to me? In the first seat, next section next to
No.
me, same row.
Paul.
Rihanna.
Ice Cube and O'Shea.
Oh, wow.
O'Shea was a little kid.
Oh, that's crazy.
I remember that.
Yeah, star of
Okay.
Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, star of Cocaine Bear now. Yes.
Number 6.
Yeah.
Bergman has the lead. This band performed at the Super Bowl with Aerosmith. At the time, they were one of the most popular groups in the country.
Sedano.
Sedano.
Run DMC.
No. They have 5 members, and they all sing.
Oh.
Among the members of the group were Chris Kirkpatrick,
Greg.
J.C. Sajay, Greg.
Backstreet Boys.
No.
No.
Oh, it's the other
Mason.
Bass.
In Sync.
In Sync.
Damn it. The other one.
They were at the same time.
They all happened at the
One
same
had
time.
no strings attached. I don't
Yeah,
know.
one of them.
All right. 2 more, and then we go to the tiebreaker.
What's the
Dang
score
it, I
right now?
had that. I would have won. I would have won.
Bergman 2, Mason 2, Sedano 1, Briones 1.
Everybody's in it.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
This halftime singer performed with Lenny Kravitz and Missy Elliott.
Oh.
She had a ton of hits at the time and still performs today. She did great, but her performance on that day was overshadowed by the now famous
Mason.
left shark, Mason.
Oh,
Katy Perry.
Oh, you can't. Oh, you can't add that last line. The left shark line gave it to him.
Rang in. What do you mean?
All right.
No, right. It wasn't nobody's fault.
Nobody's fault.
Bergman's complaining.
Yeah, complaining.
It's over. It's over. It's already over.
He lost the point.
He's back to 1.
We have one more.
Yeah.
I've got an
You're the only
insurmountable
one that
lead
can
now.
catch him, so quit complaining.
I'm not saying anything.
All right, here we go.
Dang it.
This halftime performer was in a famous band, but he performed solo at the Super Bowl.
Greg.
At the time, Greg.
Justin Timberlake.
No.
Sedano.
Slash. No.
Okay. Now it's wide open.
Because Slash did
time
perform.
He performed. He was arguably the biggest star in the world, with the most successful album on the planet coming out a few years earlier. He opened with the song Jam, finished with Heal the World.
Mason.
Mace.
It's got to be Michael Jackson, right?
It is Michael Jackson, and Steve Mason is your winner.
Mason!
Needed one. That's the first win I've had this month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here.
Wow.
Okay, so we'll do the tiebreaker just for kicks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Arguably, the best Super Bowl halftime show ever was in Miami in 2007 when Prince performed in the rain.
Yep.
Yeah.
From his first note to his last note, exactly how long was Prince's entire halftime show performance? How many minutes? How many seconds? Closest to the actual time wins. Mace, how long?
12 minutes and 34 seconds.
All right, Sedano.
1835.
Bergman.
1614.
17.
It was Steve Mason's day.
Oh.
He guessed 12:34. Mace, you were close. 11 minutes, 23 seconds from note to note.
They don't get a lot of time
Yeah.
for this halftime
I was
show.
there in the rain.
Were you in the rain?
I was there.
Purple rain.
Wow.
Yeah, it was the Chicago Bears and Indianapolis Colts.
Right, now, George, here's something you can understand better than most. I have a 4 o'clock bus that leaves in 7 minutes.
Get out of
I'm
here.
out of here.
All right, see you, man.
See you tomorrow.
All right, Game of Games powered by Call Jacob. Winning matters. That's why after an accident, you go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Shadano, Prince greatest halftime show?
Yeah, for me, because I also
You were
biased
there.
'cause I
That's
was
a big
there.
deal.
Right,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
See, I was there last year for the for Snoop and all those guys.
That looked awesome. That was the best one I've seen on TV.
I was on the wrong side of it. I was
behind them.
I was behind them. They were playing the other direction, so I
Yeah.
didn't really get the full appreciation until I went home and watched it on
I
DVR.
loved that. I would say though, I want to shout out the Grammys because I thought their 50 years of hip
Was
hop
fantastic.
tribute was incredible
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So
It was
not
great.
Super Bowl, but recent.
I thought the Grammys were a good show.
It's rarely been a good show over the last decade, but I thought this one was incredible.
If you're white, you got a chance to win Album of the Year.
I mean, actually, I don't know. Do they?
Yeah.
That's been a thing, but I would say that the fact that they started with Bad Bunny for the first 10 minutes,
Which is great.
did the 50 years of hip hop, which was incredible. I was in on the Grammys for the first time in a long time, and I was only watching because my wife loves award shows and she had it on.
I love a good award show.
Yeah,
I do. If you look at the winners, let me see, because Beyonce did not win.
she won. Well,
She did not win Album of the Year. So there's like 4 big categories. There's
Right.
Album of the Year, Song of the Year,
Yeah.
Record of the Year.
Who won that one? Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Last year was Jean
But
Baptiste.
Bonnie Raitt won something too, didn't she?
Yeah, but Bonnie Raitt's not bringing any.
Yeah, but they liked her music.
Yeah. Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, Casey Musgraves, Bruno Mars,
Yeah.
Adele, Taylor Swift, Beck, Daft Punk, Mumford & Sons,
Yeah.
Adele,
Is
Arcade
that
Fire,
last Taylor Swift? That Taylor Swift.
She's
is the
won
one.
3 times.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably the one where Kanye stormed the stage. One of those.
Oh yeah, one of those when she won and and Kanye came
and
out.
said Beyonce should have won.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, on that note, how about the Super Stager?
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K2560X 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk. Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
A day after the Super Bowl, Love Boat. By the way, Tommy Alvarado, who's on a tear on the YouTube, says, best thing about Shadano and Cap is no Bergman.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's every show.
This guy's going after you, man.
It's just rude.
Come
at me.
Yeah.
That's just a normal for every show, though.
So, Cappy, how you doing, man? How was your Super Bowl setup?
Oh, my God.
Did you go to the
yesterday-
Mitchells?
No. I went to Yamava.
Oh, that's right. You had your big thing.
Yeah, how'd that go, Cappy?
Oh, my God. First of all, you guys have met Robert Woods before the
Yeah,
final round.
Yeah.
So he is such an angel of a guy because they gave me a list of like 10 guys. And they're like, tell me who you think would be best at this event. And I picked Robert Woods from the very beginning because he's such an angel and a sweetheart of a guy. The fans loved him. He was wearing his Super Bowl ring, which is nearly the size of SoFi Stadium, on his index finger.
Right.
And he was showing it to people, and he was pulling off the top so you could see the field. And you could not have asked for a better person to sign autographs, take pictures, analyze the game, be friendly. Robert Woods, I can't say enough about how much I love this guy.
But they were really there to see you, Cappy.
No, that's not true at all.
Oh,
Mace.
come
That's
on.
not
It
true.
was Cappy's show.
had a great time.
$1,000 for every touchdown.
You know, we gave away $9,000
Oh, that's awesome.
yesterday.
That's awesome.
And what was really funny is you guys, George, I know you've been to the 909, the sports bar at Yamava. It was packed. I mean, wall to wall, standing room only, jam packed. So people put in their name to try and win the $1,000 per touchdown, and then they left and they went and walked around the casino when they were playing games. I can't tell you how many names we had to keep redrawing and redrawing because you only had 30 seconds. It's like, here's your name, 30 seconds, haul ass.
And
get
if
up
you
here.
walked out and you went to play poker, you were screwed.
Yeah.
Screwed.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
And,
Wow.
you know, they did Philly cheesesteaks yesterday.
Nice.
You know, just for the, you know, because they
Very
already have the
sad.
barbecue place.
People were crying in their Philly cheesesteaks yesterday.
Man, those things were fire.
They've
They
lost
were
three
amazing.
championships in 100 days.
How
That's
about that?
crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Soccer, baseball, and now football. How
Yep,
about that?
exactly. Well, I'm glad you have the food's great there, right?
Food is
It is very
fantastic.
good.
Yeah, you guys were there a few weeks back.
Yeah. Yeah, you never made it the other
I tried to make it.
to Cappy's.
Tried like hell to
Yeah,
make
but
it.
no, you couldn't make it.
You couldn't make it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was
what did you get at?
how was
I'm
your
just saying
Super
you
Bowl
couldn't make
Sunday?
it.
Oh yeah. What's that, Cappy?
I want to know how your Super Bowl Sunday was.
Oh my God, it was so
Why does everything have to be an
unbelievable.
ulterior motive for you?
Well, because you are Mr. Ulterior Motive.
Sometimes.
Yeah, you kind of work
Adjacent.
Yeah. It was actually really nice. It was just me, Juan, Sophie, and Ron, and I made guacamole. He made
You make
buffalo
guacamole?
wings. I make a good guacamole.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, do you go jalapenos or no jalapenos?
No jalapenos.
Yeah, I don't like jalapenos. Maybe a little bit.
Do a little bit of salsa,
Yeah.
a little bit of onion, a
Ooh.
little bit of garlic.
I like that.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
How
Now
about a
you're-
little lemon? Any lemon in there? or
Yeah,
no?
there's a
Yeah.
little lemon and
Yeah.
a little salt.
Yeah.
How many
You need a little salt.
avocados?
4.
That's
4
nice.
avocados. A big bowl of guac
Yeah.
is what that is.
Yeah.
So I had a good time. But you were with people. I always think, Super Bowl parties, it seems like, although I was not invited to Keyshawn's. Keyshawn apparently threw a big Super Bowl party.
He did.
Jorge was there. I didn't get invited this time around. But I didn't get invited to any Super Bowl parties this year. I think the number of Super Bowl parties is down.
I don't know. Only because you weren't invited.
No,
The number is down.
I'm assuming there
Well,
were
you know
not
what
a
it
lot
is?
of them.
We haven't had a big Super Bowl party around here, like big, since
Yeah.
Michelle Beadle left town.
Beadle had the best Super
Beadle
Bowl
used to have the
parties.
most incredible Super Bowl
Just
party.
like
Taco
blowouts.
trucks.
Yep.
Everybody was there. Radio, TV people, makeup people.
I remember Beadle
behind
walking
the scene
around with
people.
a bottle of Fireball saying,
Yeah.
do a shot,
Yeah.
do a shot.
Yeah. Marcellus Wiley used to be there.
Key,
Key would show up there. All the NBA guys would show up.
It was
Jalen
fun.
and Chauncey.
We
Remember
need one
all
of
those
them.
days?
We need one of them parties.
Yeah, but I don't know if anyone's going to like one place anymore, to your point.
Except to see Cappy.
Well, maybe you
At
need like
Yamava.
a hostess like Beetle.
Yeah,
we do.
she also had a humongous house. That
she
helped
did
too.
have a really big house. That made a difference. Cappy, did any of the commercials grab you?
Not exactly, mostly because
You couldn't watch them because you were in a crowd, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was a big crowd, and we were working the mic the whole time, and I was trying to concentrate on the game as best I could. The one commercial that I saw that I was like, I got to go back and watch that one, was the one that had like Ozzy Osbourne and
it's a
Paul
funny one.
Stanley. What was that for?
That was for something HR related, like human resources,
Workday.
something or other. Workday.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. They had Ozzy Osbourne, Billy Idol, Joan Jett. They had like all
Like
Old
the
schoolers.
80s rockers.
old-time rockers
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
It was
Affordable
good.
rockers.
Yeah, but I have no idea what the hell that company does, so I don't think the ad worked.
Yeah.
Did you guys see anything that was really good that I should go back and watch
I like
today?
the Ben Affleck one, the Dunkin' Donuts.
The
I thought
Dunkin'
that was
Donuts
funny.
one is great.
Yeah.
All right, so wait, just explain that to me because I saw it. So Affleck is in the drive-thru at Dunkin' Donuts.
Because
and-
Dunkin' Donuts is a big Northeastern thing, particularly in Boston. There's a lot of Dunkin' Donuts, right?
Yeah.
So he's in the drive-thru, taking people's drive-thru, and then like some people don't recognize who he is. Some people know who he is, so he's taking selfies with them. He literally says to the one guy, he goes, "You don't know who I am?" He's like, "No, can I just get my donuts?" Like, and then at the end, it's funny because J-Lo's like, "Is this what you do when you say you're leaving home to go to work?"
Yeah,
you know,
right,
and then he's
right.
like, "Sorry guys, I gotta go." You know,
I
and
like
then she said, "Hit me up with a glazed."
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Jack Harlow did a funny one where he it was for Doritos,
Yeah.
and he was playing the triangle.
Right.
And this was like the big thing. You know how?
Yeah, I
that-
saw it again today. It ran
that
today.
SNL sketch about the cowbell.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
like
yeah. More
he
cowbell.
learned to play the triangle.
Yeah.
And at one point, somebody yelled, "We're out of triangles, but we do have cowbells," and that was the gag there.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was good.
All right.
It was good. You know what one is really underrated? I think it
What?
had no celebrities in it.
So,
But who among us has not gotten their hand stuck in a can of Pringles? They
Oh, yeah.
did an ad
Yeah,
where
right, even a fetus had it.
yeah, which is all about getting your hand stuck in the Pringles.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. That
which
was
I
cute.
thought was really good.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl ads actually I thought were pretty good this year. I thought there were some funny ones. There were two about dogs, like heartwarming dog stories.
I missed both of the dog ones.
Yeah, Bergman says the one dog one was
The
best.
Farmer's Dog, I think it was called.
what about the one with comedian Jeffrey Ross where he's doing the
roast of the
The
planters.
roast
And,
of
yeah.
Mr. Peanut, I
How'd
thought was
that
really
go?
funny. Apparently, you can go and watch.
Watch
they
the
did an
actual
entire
roast.
roast.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you can
really?
go watch that. Yeah.
Although I felt like the QR code up on the screen, it was like, hey, click here for the QR code to see the whole roast. I felt like the QR code happened so fast. Who could get their phone out and get it to camera in time to get the QR code? Like, it seemed to disappear on the screen, like, immediately.
Here's what I say: screw your QR codes. I'm not going to follow down your rabbit holes anymore.
Not going to do it, huh?
No, I'm not doing it.
Not having it.
No, just
Yeah.
tell me what I need to know. I'm not going to your QR code.
And get me a menu at your restaurant.
Oh yeah, that's the other one.
Okay, come on.
Give me a real menu.
Yes.
Not this QR code pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all done with QR codes in restaurants because what happens is now, like if I go sit down at dinner with Rachel and then like the QR code is there and then now the two of us are stuck in our phone and we look like two people on our phone when in actuality we're both studying the menu on our phone. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
You know what Ireland does? We went to dinner the other night. He turns the flashlight on his phone, and then he increases the size, raises the size of everything on the menu so he can actually see what they're.
Or you could just get glasses.
He refuses.
I
What do you mean?
did
do too.
I broke in. That's it. I broke. I just went and bought readers.
We went to
Yeah.
dinner the other night, and I immediately just said,
'Cause that's a lot of work on
We
the
were
phone.
at Mastro's. All I said was, "Give me the steak
Yeah.
and some
Potatoes.
potatoes."
Yeah. How did that dinner go with the boss
Oh
man?
my God, it was so good.
Yeah.
We got such insight into the inner workings
Yeah?
of the company. Yeah.
Wow.
Craig Karmazan,
Wow.
who is the
Wow.
president and founder,
CEO,
and
yeah.
CEO
Yeah.
of Good Karma,
Yeah.
which owns half of our station, I think.
Yeah.
Which I don't fully understand.
Yeah.
But really,
Yeah.
really,
You only half understand the half that they own.
I half
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a great dinner.
Great dinner, great guy. Mastro's, I actually thought it was a good experience. Mastro's can be too much sometimes.
Yeah.
Too much. Like, I wanted to say.
Did you get the tower?
No, that's what I wanted to say at the
Yeah.
beginning. I challenged these guys. I'm like, somebody say.
The seafood tower.
Bring us the seafood tower for
Yeah.
the table.
Of course. You got to get one of those. You didn't
do it.
get one?
No, didn't. I got a shrimp cocktail.
Bergman, what the hell?
We should have. I didn't need
He's
it.
paying. What do
Yeah,
you care?
he's paying. Why didn't we order
I tried.
the
I
seafood
had
tower?
told the waiter. His name was Jose. He listened to the station
He's
a lot.
big listener.
Yeah, and I said,
Jose,
I
you
said,
should have brought one.
I said to Mason, I was like, Mason, go ahead. You wanted the seafood tower?
I just got the shrimp
And he
cocktail.
said no.
The funny part, are you guys going to drink anything? And then we all look at Craig and he says, that's okay. You guys can have something to drink.
What the hell is wrong with you? You weren't going to have alcohol?
I don't drink alcohol.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I forgot. Yes.
Yeah, I don't drink alcohol.
Yeah.
George, you just said something, though. You've finally broken down and gotten readers. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, tell the story, Cappy.
So last week when Mason and I were at the LeBron game, you know, the last one that he played, maybe the last
Yeah,
one
when
he
he
played
looked
this
like a
season,
banker. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that night,
Good-looking man.
Mace is wearing these glasses. And I said, hey, what's going on there? What do you got cooking there with these glasses? You know, long distance, short, what do you got?
Yeah.
So he's like, here, try them on. I'm looking at
By the way, no, I
scoreboard.
didn't say try them on. You
What
just took them off my face.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
I didn't like physically take it off your face.
Without permission, you said,
No, you
"Give me your
definitely did that,
glasses,"
Cappy.
and-
Totally
and
inaccurate.
you took them off my face.
Completely inaccurate. I would never touch your face.
It's very
I
much
was there, so I know I was a witness.
It's very much in line with your personality.
No.
So anyway, after you take the
no.
glasses off my face, you put them on, and what happens?
I just want to make one thing clear. Didn't touch your glasses or your face, and here's why. Because I have a whole thing about people touching other people in their face. And I have a friend of mine, an old school friend of mine, who I've seen him get into several fights in bars because he thinks it's cute to touch people in their face. And I would tell him all the time,
Do that.
Don't ever touch anybody in their face. Nobody likes this.
Why would anybody walk up to somebody and touch their face?
Because he's a jerk like that.
Wow.
You know?
Okay.
Anyway,
so you take the glasses off my face, you put them on. What do you
Took
see?
them right off of you.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see. I legitimately could not see.
Yeah.
Like the scoreboard, like it was all fuzzy.
You couldn't see how many points LeBron had at that point.
It was like, I was like, does he have 19 or is that 18? I can't exactly figure it out. Is it a 9 or an 8? It was fuzzy. So you gave me your glasses, and I mean crystal clarity. Amazing.
Yeah.
So now.
So are you going to get readers?
Well, so.
Can I just tell you what happened?
Yeah.
Cappy, let me tell you. Let me fill in the blanks here.
Yes, because we're giggling for no reason. Yes.
So, Cappy texts me and says, "Send me the prescription for your glasses."
Right, like you're
Oh,
my
they
eye
are
doctor.
prescription.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can see clear.
Yeah.
And I said, Cappy, go to the friggin' optometrist.
yeah.
You're not
No, I'm
going to
going
use
to.
my prescription.
Yeah.
Because my prescription is for me. Yours is going to be different.
Different, yeah.
No, I got it, but I was just like, you know what? I want to tell, because I don't really have an optometrist or
But just go to
ophthalmologist.
like a lens crafters or
Yeah,
something.
there's
They'll
a
do
big
it for you
sign.
there.
It'll say optometrist, and you get a little eye check. And
So I was just going to ask him. I was like, "Yo, man, I had a buddy of mine who let me use his glasses, and it made me see everything perfectly clear." But I feel like once you go with glasses, that's it. It's over. You're not going back from
No,
glasses.
but that's not true because I just told you I use readers, and I'm totally fine reading my phone right now. But late at night, sometimes my eyes get tired, and I want to have readers on because it gets a little blurry.
My mom will text, and she basically one text